Yeah, my cap of the week is having a pet is dumb. Welcome back to Stop the Cat Podcast, episode 27.
You almost didn't have the episode number there, but...
How? I literally said 27.
No, it's fine.
What?
We're back with another episode, 27. Yeah, this episode's probably coming out a little later just because we weren't able to do it before Friday.
But it's good.
But, yeah, we're going to try and keep it weekly. Keep out daily clips. And, yeah, any life updates before we get into the topics?
Nah, not really.
This is probably the earliest I've ever woken up. 9 a.m.
Yeah, currently 11 o'clock in the morning right now. It's pretty early for Matt in his summertime schedule.
So, like, realistically, like, we weren't doing this, like, would you still be sleeping right now? 11 o'clock?
100%.
And, like, how much longer are you sleeping for?
I wake up at 12. It's every day. Like, it's, like, the same time every day. Like, I'll wake up around 11:50
What time did you go to bed last night?
3.
I mean, that makes sense. If you go to bed around 3, wake up at...
And I don't set, like, any alarm. Like, I just will always wake up at, like, 11:50. And I'll be like, boom, got it. I beat it. Like, beat 12.
And then you crank out 50 push-ups.
No, that was just, like, today because I was, like... Because I wake up and my head hurts every single morning.
That's not good.
So I was thinking, like, maybe I sweat a little. Like, it'll make the head feel better. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
You're thinking if your head hurts every single day, you crank out 50 push-ups?
Yeah, because I feel like getting moving.
Does that work? Because I
Yeah.
feel like that'd make it worse.
No, I feel good because it's like just like an ongoing headache. Yeah, I should probably get that checked out.
Hayden, anything with you?
No, not really.
Your sunburn, you figured yourself out?
Sunburn's
Yeah,
kind of...
you look a little better.
Did the
Yeah.
dried up sweat help that?
No, yeah, people were saying that, saying I have rashes all over my skin because my dried up sweat talk. But first of all, he like put me on the spot with like his editing, right? I didn't say like it didn't sound that bad in real person.
I do.
If you watch the actual podcast, the whole thing, there was like some stuff in between that he cut out. But yeah, but also I had sunburn all over my face, so that's why I looked like I had rashes all over my face. But I mean, yeah, sunburn's kind of gone. But
And showering is still not as frequent.
yeah, showering is actually bad for your skin. If you shower too much, like you shower like 3 times a day,
Yeah, that's kinda
makes your skin dry.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, but I still shower. I'm a clean guy.
Good job. You showered this morning. Your hair's a little wet.
Yeah, I just I shower in the morning. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, let's
He
get...
doesn't shower.
What? I literally showered before I got here.
Okay.
You want to smell me?
No.
Axe.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No.
No, it's a good little quick update.
Yeah, this is probably like one of the earliest episodes we've ever recorded, but we're going to try and entertain you guys for a little bit and get you guys some high-quality podcasting. So here we go. Last night, currently we're recording, it's Saturday, June 10th at 11 a.m. Last night was the NBA Finals Game 4 in Miami.
Series is going to be over.
Series is over.
They're going back to
Denver, and they're going to close it out there, right? Nuggets won. He kept it close for a little, but yeah, it's over.
I mean, I just I think I knew this was going to happen because Nuggets are just a better all-around team than the Heat by far. But I mean, like, I just wanted to see Jimmy win a championship.
Well, Jimmy will. They're coming back from 3-1.
I mean,
I'll probably put 20
the
on
same
that.
thing happened to them
20
in the
to
bubble.
win like 6 something.
Like Jimmy took them to the finals and they lost to the Lakers.
I think the thing is that, you know, obviously, I personally, this is my take out there, playoff Jimmy is fake. If you look at his numbers, he's putting up 20 a game, shooting like 40% from the field.
Yeah, but it's not just the points. Like, he's like a...
He shoots so much.
But,
Yeah,
bro,
he
but he
does.
puts...
He
his
shoots
stat
a
line's
lot.
always like 5 for 21 or something crazy.
Bro,
Like,
did you see his numbers against the Bucks in that series? He had like 50, like 3 games in a row.
correct. But I'm just saying, like, I think the reason this Heat team made it this far is because they were well coached. Their role players knew their role, but they went up against a Denver Nuggets team that is even better even better coach and a much better roster.
I think I agree with
On paper, this Heat team should not be in the finals.
I agree
It's
with
just-
the fact that the role players and the coach is the reason they're this far. But I think Jimmy is the only reason they won the first series, like mainly the only reason that they won the first series, and then getting them past the first round, past the number 1 seeded Bucks. I think he gave like he inspired the other people. I know like that's like you can't say that's like like a
That's not
the
something
definite
you
reason,
could look at.
but like I think like Jimmy is like he's like carrying this team. Like you can't say that like stats don't show that, but I'm like
Sure.
he's a leader.
Yeah, Jimmy definitely is a leader, but I just think, in a sense, this whole playoff Jimmy narrative is kind of invalid. I mean, yeah, he brought his team to the finals, great, but I think coaching and the role players stepping up in a big way.
And like this year is not the only year that people are saying this. They've been saying playoff Jimmy for the past like 3 years.
Correct, but I think he has a much better resume in those previous playoffs than this
Yes,
one.
he does. But
Yeah, but you can't just like backtrack the
Backtrack.
narrative.
I'm just saying, like, people are acting like this
Yeah.
is like the biggest year, and he
Yeah.
has much better playoff
Yeah.
performances. So,
I mean, I think just because they're an 8 seed and they're in the finals, I think they're not an 8 seed. Like they're not truly an 8 seed. It's just they didn't have a good regular season because they were the 1 seed last year. It's
Correct.
the same exact team basically.
yeah. Anything else about the finals? I mean, I think it's over. I think they're going to wrap it up in Denver.
Yeah.
Matt,
The
you,
Heat are winning.
you actually think
Yeah.
the Heat are coming back from 3-1?
Yeah,
How
they're
much money
coming
putting
back.
on that?
I'll put 20 to win, probably like 700, 650,
Yeah,
something
probably
like
a
that.
bit less than that.
No.
I mean, yeah, it'd be crazy, but last night it just, the thing with the Heat, right? They always stay in the game, and then something happens, the Nuggets just
the
go on their
Heat's
run.
defense is so bad. I don't even know like
It is
what
bad.
they're playing, but like the Nuggets get so many wide open layups, so many wide open looks. They're just running around. Like that's what the Heat's defense.
And
looks
I don't
like.
even think like their offense is like that good because they
No,
play a lot
it's
of
kind of just
they play a lot of
It's kind of just
ISO
like
and then-
who's on that night.
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
and then
they
just
don't-
shooting
like-
threes.
Yeah.
I just think, like, in order for the Nuggets to win a game, they just have to have a normal game, right? In order for the Heat to win a game, they need to like play so much better, and the Nuggets have to have a horrible game. The Nuggets just
Yeah.
naturally are the better team,
Yeah.
and they're just much better match for the Heat. So I think in order for the Heat to like even, they would have to have 3 perfect games in a row
Yeah.
to win it, and it's tough, but you believe in them.
I believe in Jimmy.
Kind of moving on a little, Bruce Brown on the Nuggets, obviously now in the NBA Finals. There's been rumors speculating that he, in fact, is the person that is Lana Rhoades' baby daddy, not Blake Griffin. Lana Rhoades like posted him on his story, and like I think there were some things he was in her live on Instagram, and Bruce Brown is the only NBA player that Lana Rhoades follows. Do we think it's
She was at Game 3 of the Lakers series.
correct? Yeah,
And she posted him on their
she
Instagram. Right?
reposted it, yeah, like she on a story. So, is it Bruce Brown? I mean, because also this is my thought. I think it still could be Blake, and maybe Bruce was like someone who reached out and was like saying Blake's like a dick, because like she was like, there's so many clips of her being like, this is why you don't get with NBA players, and like
Yeah.
bashing NBA players. So maybe Bruce Brown was like the guy that kind of like stepped in and was like, hey, like I'm here for you, because he was on the team when Blake was on
Yeah.
the Nets too. So
It's funny because the baby looks exactly like Blake Griffin.
it
yeah,
does.
100%.
But-
I don't know what this relationship between Bruce Brown and Lana Rhoades is. But
I mean, there's definitely something going on. I don't know.
there's speculation for sure.
I mean, I like your theory that maybe Blake is still the dad, and now it's just like she's moving on to someone else, like relationship wise. Not like doesn't make him the dad, but
Yeah, but I also think if it is Bruce Brown, why would she like post him? You know what I mean?
I mean, when you're in the spotlight, when you're in social media, you love to just like give out little.
I feel like she's just
Little
posting
Easter eggs and-
him to get attention.
Yeah,
so
100%.
it's like
It's attention, people talking. Like, the reason we're talking about it is because she's posting.
Yeah.
And she follows him, and she likes the speculation because she also likes it. Like,
so maybe one day we'll find it out.
we definitely will find it out, because, like,
For sure.
when the kid goes to the NBA and, like, dunks
What?
like Blake Griffin and goes in the dunk contest and dunks
jumps
over a car,
yeah.
then we'll be
Then
like,
we'll be
"That's
like it's
Blake
Bruce
Griffin."
Brown.
What? But when he goes to the NBA Finals and doesn't miss from 3, then we'll know it was Bruce Brown. So
Got it. Yeah. I'll put money that he won't be in the NBA.
I think Lana has good genes. She has good ball handling.
Okay, that.
Okay, that was like the dumbest joke ever. Like someone like duet that.
Yeah, someone stitch that and tell us to stop this podcast. But yeah, I think there's a chance. I mean, there's definitely something.
I'm going with Bruce Brown.
What are you going with?
Nah, I like your Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I think it's Blake, but I mean,
But she's just posting him because moving on to like maybe like a
Yeah.
relationship, but Blake's still the father.
definitely. Lil Mabu, right? He went to prom with Nessa Barrett, which was shocking. I mean, I don't know why it was shocking, but it was just like kind of like a weird duo
Yeah,
in a
it was
sense.
just weird because you didn't know they even like knew each other.
Exactly.
Talked.
Yeah, and like that kind of just made me realize how big Mabu has gotten.
Yeah.
Because like
No, Mabu's big now. He's on the
He's
on the come up.
like he's putting up numbers on like everything, and
I think that's another person I called.
yeah. I mean, you did call it. If you look back like a year or two ago, you have a clip about talking about Mabu and
Yeah.
how that's your boy.
I mean,
but-
because Matt like tries like so hard to find like underground people and just like
I could send you guys
just
some.
like studies them, and it's like, oh wait, these people blew up. Yeah, I knew them already.
But yeah, just like seeing them and like obviously there was a bunch of TikToks because he was at prom and whatever, and I don't know, I was just caught off guard when I saw them because I see Nessa Barrett as such like a grouping her with like a bunch of TikTokers like D'Amelios and all that stuff. And,
How old is Nessa?
I think she's like 19, 20.
Oh, so it's like the
She
same. age.
dated Josh Richards at one point.
Got it.
Big
but so
controversy
then-
there.
But then Mabu, it was just like I don't know, like the fact
Yeah.
that people talk behind the scenes kind of a thing, and they're all somewhat famous. I thought that was cool. And then he graduated high school,
There
which is
you
a
go.
big thing. It's kind of like in his songs, like he talks about like I'm in school for 8 hours every day, and he still puts up more numbers than the rest of the rappers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that's a flex. While putting up this much numbers, still being in high school, obviously graduated high school, and doing all this at such a young age. Props to Mabu.
Yeah. Also, I think all the fan pages, those are definitely run by him.
You think?
Because like the videos will be like catching Mabu walking out of high school.
Yeah.
And it's just like him be like, and then it's like him graduating,
Uh-huh.
and they're just at the graduation, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, but I just think he's overall figured it out as far as marketing. Like you
Yeah.
see Mabu, and it's like a unique video, and he knows
That's
how
definitely
to,
the best
he
skill
knows
he
how to use
has.
TikTok,
Yeah.
and because he's so popping right now, it's like he has it figured out.
That's
and
also why in the song when he paused the song, like he knows that's gonna get views.
Exactly.
Just like I've seen girls on my For You page who just sing that part of the
Yeah.
song because now it's like
Exactly.
like a thing, a trend.
I think I like what I like about him is like I mean I don't really listen to like drill rap like his music, but like his like videos like that aren't about music, like he's just like a completely different personality, like you wouldn't expect.
he's just
that.
he's just a chill kid, and
Yeah.
respect to him for
And he has the same name as me,
yeah.
so
A very common name. So
no, it's
Yeah.
uncommon.
All right. But yeah, shout out Mabu. Just seeing and over even like the past month, him putting up that much numbers. Obviously, hype dies down, but he's definitely like on top right now. Like
Yeah.
most people know who Mabu is. Here we go into some more hypotheticals. Those were kind of like our relevant topics, in the news. But let's get in some hypotheticals. If you could trade 1 year of your life for $1 million, how much are you doing? And then it says years are taken off when you were going to die. Obviously, if you were to die in a year from now in a car crash, you would take $1 million. What?
Okay, that was just
Someone wrote that. I don't really know.
that was just to explain that like if you're
yeah,
gonna,
I think that was in parentheses for a reason. I don't think it
Yeah.
was
Who wrote that?
I wrote it.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
We're definitely getting him off the pod, right? Like, I'm so down to do like a knee slappers episode, right? No,
I mean-
that was just supposed to mean like if you're gonna die at 40, like you're dying at 40, so like whatever you know.
Like
what
if
it
you were to
means.
die within the next year, and you
Yeah,
like,
like you
take
were
the
to
mill,
drop dead.
like
Like,
you
that's
would
what I
just
was
like
trying to
get
say.
the
Whatever-
mill, but you
I
would-
was just trying
you
to
would die.
explain it, even though like you're smart enough.
So
to
whatever you're
understand.
actually going to
Yes.
die at,
Yes,
which we
you
don't
go
know
from
our
there.
number.
Yeah, you don't know from there. So like if you were to die tomorrow, and you like picked like I'm taking a year off, like you would just drop dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
think
I would do none then, because I don't know when I'm going to die.
Yeah, that's why I put it just to
No
put
way
in
you're-
perspective.
but
I'm
you
not
would-
doing none.
you
I'm
would take
probably-
a mill a year to
So
die at
tough.
60.
I'm probably doing 1 year.
I would do like probably at like mid early mid 30s, I'd do like 2 or 3 years probably.
Dude, because imagine you're just going up, you're just hitting the button, go more years.
Well,
more
I
years,
wouldn't-
more
Why
years.
are you
No.
hitting it that much?
No, I'm just saying. Like,
I would
let's
do,
say you do it like up to 5, right? And you're like, all right, in the next 5 years, I'm probably not going to die. You click it, you die because you died. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I put it there. Because like,
Because,
if
like-
you're dying in the next 5 years and you clicked it 5 times, you're dropping dead. That's why I'm clicking it once. I'll take my 1 mil, which will help me a lot. But like, I don't care about taking off 1 mil of my life. I'm pretty confident.
1
that
mil
it's-
or 1 year?
1 year.
1 year. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to die in the next
I would
year.
do, I think.
And I'm
like,
fine with taking 1 year off
probably
my life.
I hit 32, right? And I'm like, all right,
Wait, 32 what?
like 32 years old. Like I'm just like throwing out like a hypothetical age right now. Like
I
not
think that would
doing-
be probably
not-
the worst. Why are you
not
doing
doing
it?
anything
I'm so
right now?
confused. Why? Like, you would do it when you're 32?
No, like yeah, when I'm 32, I'm like, all right,
Why wouldn't you just do it now?
bro? Because these
Now you
are
don't
these,
have the
these are
money.
the prime years of my life.
But you're not taking these
But
years
it
away. You're
doesn't
taking them off
matter.
from the back end.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
you're taking off from the back
You're not
end.
taking it
Yeah.
from current. You're taking it
Oh,
from like.
I did not
If you're
understand
gonna
that.
die at 90, you're gonna die at
All right.
89
Yeah.
instead.
What did you think the question
No,
was?
I thought it was like I
Take
thought it was
these
like
years
so
away
like
now.
yeah. So like if I hit it like right now like twice, like I would just fast forward to when I was like
no,
19 years old.
no.
Oh well, then I would do it. I would do it like yeah, just 2 or 3 times right now. That's an easy question.
Honestly,
though.
like, because like obviously you guys.
Yeah,
know,
I would
like,
do it 1 to 3.
You guys know, like, obviously I like the whole.
You do anything
end
for
of,
money.
No, that's your quote. The end of your life doesn't matter, but in this sense, it's like I'm scared to click the button, even if it's just a year.
Yeah.
Because like imagine like you do die in the next year,
Yeah,
and then you just fast forward. You
I
die.
also want to address that quote that I said last time that just like came out like
What
that's,
was the
like,
quote again? You want to reference it?
I said like I'd do anything for money.
Clipped.
What was it? What was it about? What was you remember what it was about?
Only-
Girl,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Like
All
that's
right, no.
You were saying
No.
you want your daughter
I
to do
don't. I
OnlyFans
wouldn't
so you can
change
watch
my
it.
I wouldn't change. Okay, I did not say that.
Yes, you did. It's
I would.
clipped.
I wouldn't change my opinion on that question, but I don't know why I said I'd do anything for money because that's not true. But then it just sounded like a dickhead, and then like everybody was like,
it's fine.
quoting me in
We
the
know where
comments.
your true intentions lie in this business.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would do it 1 to 3 years because if I'm living till 90, I'm fine with dying 87, 88, 89.
I mean,
and
honestly,
I'm pretty
honestly, like
confident.
mine,
and
that
I'm pretty
might be
confident I'm not
better.
going to die in the next 3 years. Not
I
going
mean,
to
yeah, you can say that, but like me clicking a button, even if it's like I have 5 more days, I don't even want the chance of if I
Yeah.
do 1 mil,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
So you're doing 0?
I'm doing 0. I'm not.
Wow.
Touching it. I'm not
Bro,
touching it.
No way
because
you're
like
gonna do
you
0.
think
But you just said you would take that 1 mil a year to die at
correct
60.
because I know I'm gonna make it to 60. I don't know if I'm gonna make it another year.
That's
like,
That's a bold
interesting.
statement.
because you could die. Like you could. Die, it could be something like dying in a car accident
Yeah,
or something
that's why I
crazy.
said it, yeah.
So like yeah, I'm definitely not touching it because I don't think it's worth it. Even if it's 1 year, instantly die.
Wow.
Because like
I
then
didn't
you're in
expect
shock.
that from
'Cause,
you.
like,
all the
'cause
hypotheticals we've done on this podcast, this is one you're choosing not to do. I feel like it's
100%
the easiest one.
because you have to realize like sure you don't think you're gonna die but every day you could die
Yeah.
and
You
let's
just
say in the
said-
next year you die and you're like all right I'm just gonna click it once and be fine and then it's like you actually die and it's like oh shit
you just
my life's over.
you said
Yeah.
I like
you
the
said
timeline.
living
I like
past
knowing
60
that
you said living past 60 there's like no
well, that's
point
Yeah, but
completely
he's
different.
trying to-
That's
he's
completely
trying to
different.
say,
I know
like-
I'm gonna make it to 60 there. And this, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it another year.
bold statement
Is that not like a good?
No, that's good.
It's just like I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, especially if you could die instantly when clicking the button. When I'm like die at 60, I know I'm gonna die at
Matt,
60.
since you wrote this question
Yeah, what's up?
let me ask you this. You might think this is stupid, but
Okay.
like say like you click it like 3 times and in the next 3 years you die from like a car crash and
Yeah.
you just like click it right now.
Yeah, you die instantly.
So like what do like everybody else like how do you die? Like what is like
No,
from
you're
their
just
point
like
of view,
dead. Like
You
let's
just, like, die? You
Like
just
you'll
drop
just fall
dead?
over and you're dead.
and they're like,
you like pass out.
yeah, you pass out. It's basically like you're passing out.
You
so the car
drop
crash just
dead.
didn't exist if you died from a car crash.
No.
Correct, because
No, it's not just like in the car. Like it's not like that.
No, but I'm saying like to your family.
I'll probably do it once.
to your family,
Yeah.
like if they're like, "How'd he die?" Like, "Oh yeah, he clicked
Oh,
the
he just-
button and he passed out."
No, like they'll just find you and just try. The doctors will try to figure
this
out
doesn't
what
really-
happened. Like
this
it doesn't matter.
This
they
doesn't
wouldn't be
matter.
like, "Oh yeah, he died in a car crash."
Yeah, you always ask like the questions that like
no one thinks
matter.
about. No one. Moving on. Would you rather be blind or deaf?
I think this is an easy one for me. I would rather
This is not an easy one.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure I was saying it right.
Yeah.
I would rather be deaf. I want to be able to see.
Yeah, but think about it. Never listen to music again.
Yeah, but
Never
not
listen
being,
to a podcast. You can watch
That
it
would
with
be
captions.
perfect. But never being able to see, I would just feel like then I have to like figure out how to walk.
I'm picking deaf.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, I'd pick deaf, but I don't think it's as easy as you're making it seem.
I think it's easy in the fact that, like, if I just close my eyes and I'm like, just listening, like, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
True.
You know, if I have my eyes open and I can't hear, I could at least see, like, oh, that person's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know how to walk straight and not run into something. Like, I don't have to put my hands out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but then,
I
like,
want to be able to see. I could still play at games. I could do activities. With being blind, like, it's gonna be so hard to do
like,
anything.
You're like cooking at like the stove or something.
Yeah,
and
but
like someone breaks in behind you. He's like, put your hands up, and like you're just like.
And then
These hypotheticals will
And then you just, like,
never
can't hear
happen.
anything.
Also,
okay,
anything-
okay, then this is you. Someone
then
breaks
you're
in,
like-
and it's like, put your hands up, and you're like,
No, what do you mean? You wouldn't turn around. You can't see.
yeah,
I
you're
mean, you
trying
can't
to
hear. You can't hear.
No, I'm saying with yours.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, so you're trying to figure out where they are.
yeah.
Wait, I'm
you
so
can't see.
confused on
we're
what
not doing. He's saying if you're blind and you only can hear.
No, but I'm confused on what I said. Whether
All
I'm
right,
blind
doesn't
or
matter.
deaf in that
All what I'm
situation.
saying is, you have to learn sign language if you're deaf.
Yeah, that's
how you
gonna,
communicate.
No,
that's
but I
gonna
feel like
suck.
that's-
I'm just
I
not
feel like
going
that's
to learn
tough.
it.
I feel like that's
There,
tough.
people are gonna do sign language with me. And I'm just gonna be like,
Well, you could still talk, right? You could still talk when you're deaf.
Well,
Yeah,
if
but-
you go deaf,
but, like,
like,
you can't
it's gonna
hear.
be it's gonna be
It's
hard
harder
to
'cause
talk
it's harder.
because
Yeah.
you don't know like words.
So, like, you
if
wouldn't
you
be able
no,
to
if
do
you
this
go,
podcast
if you're
anymore.
if you're deaf from birth, most times you can't talk. But if you're like say you just go deaf right now, you
Yeah,
could probably
then-
still be able to
yeah.
talk.
I think we're all around deaf here. It makes
Yeah,
it makes
but think
perfect
about
sense.
it. No music, like changes moods, right?
There's a side to each thing, but it's like don't listen to music or I can't see.
Yeah.
Like
No, but I think
what?
music is more impactful to people's lives than people make it seem. Like music, like,
I would rather be
changes-
able to go for a swim and like be able to see play basketball.
Go for a swim.
Yeah,
Like I want to
mean,
be able to do
guess.
activities.
I guess I also think learning sign language is tough. Like,
Yeah.
it is.
Sign language would be like the worst part.
That would suck.
No,
I
I'm
might
talking
honestly
about like
just not.
I'm not.
learn
No,
it.
I'm not talking about that tough. I'm talking about like tough. Like that's cool. It's tough.
Like gang signs.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be cool.
Would you rather fuck the top half of Kylie
Okay.
Jenner?
Oh, we're going.
I mean, this is you
Yeah,
guys'
keep going.
question.
You could ask it again.
By the way, if you guys are wondering who comes up with these questions, it's these two. I rarely ever come up with the content, so take it with a grain of
Yeah,
salt.
and then you just put it into AI, and it just like edits.
That's not what happens. Would you rather fuck the top half of Kylie Jenner and the bottom half of The Rock, or top half of The Rock and the bottom half of Kylie Jenner?
I also think this is easy. You have to do bottom. You have to do bottom half of Kylie Jenner.
I agree.
Okay,
with that,
I like
think.
this
think I
isn't
agree
a
with
sexual podcast, and we're not going down that route. I don't know why.
that. Really,
We keep
you wouldn't.
getting-
You wouldn't ever go down.
We
that
keep
route?
getting more R-rated. Like this started off G, and right now it's PG-13.
No,
No, it's R now.
No, it's
yeah,
PG-13.
yeah.
It's not
But-
R. We don't do anything
Correct.
R. Like,
But,
he says like the F word sometimes.
Yeah, that's R.
No, that's they
As
could
soon
say
as
that
the
in
F
PG.
word, as soon as the F word's in a movie, it's R.
All right, you guys are saying F word, so this is pretty PG, if I'm honest. If I'm being honest. I would do the top half.
Of who?
You're a loser,
What?
dude. Okay,
Why?
so
I mean,
the
yeah.
bottom half, I'm going to have to put my genitals into.
This is
the
why we
rock.
don't do these questions, because like no one's gonna be straight up. It's
Yeah,
and
I agree with Matt.
Beat around the bush.
Yeah,
I'm
no
doing
way.
top
What-
half
why?
because there's multiple ways to be ejaculated. I mean, I guess
you
there's
say the
multiple
same
ways
thing
in the
about the other
bottom
one.
half, but like it's like the same thing.
You don't even
and
no.
and the
like-
best
No,
part
I
of the
don't- I
female's
feel like
body
bottom-
is
I
the
don't
upper
even have
half.
to touch the rock.
Yeah, I feel like Matt.
What?
What?
Like, if you're going bottom half of Kylie Jenner, like it's just like
I don't have to touch
like,
the
you know
rock.
what I'm talking about. Like it's obvious. Like you don't. Yeah, you could just.
No, but I'm just saying I don't care. Like the rock's bottom half, like go do whatever the hell you
Yeah,
want.
no, you're just like a weirdo.
No, like I just
You're a fiend.
You realize the.
I
Bottom,
like Kylie Jenner's
you realize
top
the
half.
bottom-
Am I a bad person for
you realize
that?
the bottom half, like during sex, the bottom half is the most active part.
Correct, but
So,
in this sense, I don't care about
You're getting the
bottom
most
half.
active with The Rock right now.
Yeah, this topic is done. This is so done because this is on the internet.
I'm taking the top half, and the bottom, whatever.
Top half of you're taking the top half of Kylie Jenner.
Correct.
I feel like I'm with Matt. Like 100%.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like the bottom
He's
half
just
of
a
the rock
fiend
is just
for top half.
Moving on. What is your biggest fear?
I have a definite answer, 100%. My biggest fear is flying, like
On
on the
planes?
airplane. Yeah, like I flew like 1 hour flight, short flight. Last time I flew, it was probably 2 months ago. It wasn't even a lot of turbulence, probably for like an avid flyer, like probably like average turbulence. For me, worst turbulence I've ever seen. Right, I was eyes closed, like this, head against the back of the seat, holding on to the things like this the entire flight, just like waiting for us to land.
Yeah,
Worst,
that's crazy.
like the fact that I'm in like 40,000 feet in the air with no control. Like you shouldn't be like shaking because you're not on the ground. So
Yeah.
you're not hitting any bumps. Like you're in the air, so you should be going straight,
Yeah.
smooth sailing the entire time. Like why are we shaking? Like that doesn't make sense to me. We shouldn't be shaking because like as soon as engines like fail, nothing you can do. Like
Yeah,
you're
I don't know.
free-falling.
I don't know the science behind planes, but my thing with planes is like the only time you should really be worried is when the flight attendants are worried.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but like I hate the feeling when like the pilot's like, flight attendants, please take your seat. We're expecting turbulence. Like that's just the worst feeling ever. And like the feeling of just like free falling, like if you go on like one of those rides at like an amusement park, like where they like drop you, like that is like the worst feeling ever. Like the
No.
Yeah, in your stomach.
your stomach.
He loves that.
No,
I
but like,
hate that so much.
I'm gonna explain this, right? I like that feeling because you're secure in a ride. I would say my biggest fear is just free falling, like without any protection or anything. Like the thought,
So like you go skydiving and like parachute fails.
no, I mean, yeah, but like the thought of like waking up from a dream and I'm just falling into like a black hole, that's scary. That's like my biggest fear. And also like I think that kind of ties into like heights. Like if you're like when I'm like on something and there feels like there's no protection on the side and I could fall off and fall, and that feeling of being in the air falling.
See, I
the
wouldn't
worst.
say compared to other people, I'm not afraid of heights that much, but like flying, like it's not even like being 40,000 feet in the air that scares me. It's just like you're in a like several 1,000-pound metal object in the sky that could just fall at any moment. You have no control of it.
Nah, I just think there's so much safety and
And
protection.
like I
with planes.
hear people say like when I say I'm scared of flying, they're like, yeah, I mean at that point there's nothing I can do about it. Like if we're falling, like I accept my death. Like that
Correct,
doesn't.
But the how many planes die?
Yeah, and everybody goes, oh, it's safer to fly than it is to drive a car. Yeah, statistically, there's more car crashes than there are plane crashes. But if you're in a plane crash compared to a car crash, the likelihood of dying from a plane crash is like significantly higher than
Correct,
it is.
but the
a
amount
car
that
crash.
happen, it's what's your biggest fear, Matt?
Well, heights suck. Like, why am I in the air? Like, I should be on the ground.
Yeah.
But I would say my biggest fear is like if you were in like a current in the water and like like you're gonna die. You
Yeah,
know, because
that
like you
sucks.
have no control.
And you're
Because
just
like
gonna
currents
drown.
are so heavy and like
So are you saying like drowning?
drowning sucks,
Yeah.
but specifically in the ocean.
So like the riptide, or the
or
undertow,
like
when it, like takes you-
yeah, like and you just know you're gonna die because the water is so powerful.
Yeah, the ocean low key is like high on my
or
list.
or another thing, if you like remember when who was talking about this, that someone jumped off maybe you weren't there, but apparently some kid jumped off a cruise boat,
Oh yeah, he did.
right? Because he like his boys were like, go jump off.
Graduation party.
Yeah, and he died. But I was just thinking he jumped off, which is like really dumb. I'm sorry that he died, R.I.P. But he's in the water. If you're just in the water and you see the cruise boat going by and you're just in the middle of the ocean,
Yeah.
that must suck. You're treading
think-
water. You're
I-
getting a little scared
also-
because like
What
there
if
are
you just
sharks.
accept your death?
No, he
And,
died.
like-
I think it was shark infested. The water.
Yeah, I think
there
it was
a
the
shark
shark
in the video.
Yeah. Like that's so scary. Like just thinking about
Bro,
that.
yeah,
is so
being
scary.
in the water and like a shark's there and you're in the middle of the ocean, you have nothing to do.
You're like that
Scariest
is
thing
probably
ever.
the scariest. That might be the scariest thing that could ever happen.
Bro, water, like main like only reason we're alive, but also like one of the deadliest things in the world.
My biggest fear is failure. I don't want to be a failure.
Well, I know this.
Get grinding.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll work.
failure
right
failure
now.
builds success.
There's no such thing as failing.
Yeah, unless you accept it.
It's
True.
just
There's-
it's just learning.
There's The only way you don't make it is if you quit.
True.
And I used to be nah, I won't say this because you guys are gonna think it's stupid. Let's just move on.
Moving on to another topic. On TikTok, this has been not a big thing, but I saw it. Home Depot is selling like a
It's a tiny house.
It's like a tiny house for $43,000.
I honestly think it's a bang for your buck. Like honestly, like
That's what I'm saying.
Because like tiny houses were a thing like probably like 5 years ago. Like on HGTV, like they were like there's like this tiny house show, right?
Yeah.
Those were so much smaller. The one you just showed me, that one is bigger than the real tiny house.
Well, I think tiny houses will go around like 20 to 30K. This one's a little more
Yeah,
expensive
I feel like-
because it's nicer.
Yeah.
But
We'll
I
pop
just,
some images on the
I just feel like tiny houses in your backyard is sick.
Like,
Like
you
having
can,
a
like-
house to go to outside of your house.
Like a
that's
guest
sick.
house?
look
Yeah.
at this. You usually have to like sign papers and stuff to buy a house. Like look, add to cart. You can literally buy it online.
Yeah. Easy to assembly.
Oh,
pretty
you have to
sick.
build it
Easy
yourself.
to assemble.
No, it says example of assembly right there.
No, they build it. That's probably like the workers.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's sick. It has a roof on it, little balcony area.
Rooftop.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's sick,
Roof
but
deck.
it has a 2-star review.
I mean, yeah, because I'll take back my bang for your buck because obviously I think it's
Well,
overpriced.
also you're not
but-
paying for any furniture or
just
anything
paying for the
inside.
building.
You're just paying for the building, so
And
it's
you don't
gonna
have to
cost around
pay-
like 100K.
And then you need to get the
So
land.
it's literally just like getting a bigger shed, basically. Like if you buy a shed. from
correct,
Home
but it's
Depot.
insulated and it's like livable. You can live
Yeah, I
in it.
know. But like you're not paying like any taxes because it's not a real house.
Well, no, it is. I mean, it's still property. Like if you were to
So like, but if you put it in your backyard, you're not paying.
no, well, you'd have to have permits, and it would be considered part of your house. Like,
That can't. That's kind
bro,
of.
even like a shed, you have to like if you have a shed, you have to pay like because that's like an area that's like a built figure. I don't know like the specifics.
But what if it's in your fenced-in backyard?
Correct, but it's still like a structure that's considered a structure. Like there's so many different like
So
permits.
what if you have like a
and levels.
birdhouse or something?
Well, there's a certain dimension, but like obviously a house like this
Is
is.
that, are you sure that's true? You have to pay like property taxes for a shed. Connected to it.
Okay, I guess not then. But I don't
Yeah.
know. There's something where you have to get permits. You have to get proper permits to have like a shed or. I mean, obviously, something like this, you can't just put it up. Like, there's a process, and
I mean, I feel like I don't get the big deal. It's literally like you can like the table I built in the backyard. Like
but this isn't just a table. This is a big.
I
enough
know. I'm
figure.
saying if somebody hypothetically somebody goes to Home Depot and just buys like
Well, they'd have to get it delivered.
like
You can't
10,000.
they don't just have them pre-built to show you what it looks like.
I'm saying like just buys like $10,000 worth of wood and like builds their own little house outside. Like they're not going to be like, what are you buying that wood for? You need to like pay like.
I don't know. I don't know the specifics.
Yeah, I don't know the laws and
But
the rules.
it also depends on where you live and what.
But it is
permits are.
pretty
I
sick.
mean, I think it is sick.
I think
It's
Sal and
nice.
I are gonna buy some land and then put that there.
Yeah,
and,
and
then,
it has a cool like up
yeah,
top and like
it's gonna
the
be a cool
stairs.
spot.
Yeah. Speaking of you guys like buying it, like you guys like any new thing you guys see, like oh yeah, we're gonna start a DJ business. We're gonna start a bar. We're gonna
I mean, they're all in the
We're gonna do,
works. They're all in the
a
works.
food truck business.
We're
Like
just-
you
we're
guys like
just-
say
Yeah.
say something
Well,
new, like
it's
every
like
other month.
multiple avenues of
Correct. Yeah, we're just
making
We're
money.
just trying to find investors.
Yeah, and then you guys just talk about it for like 2 months and you guys move on to the
Well,
next
because some things aren't worth our energy. You
Exactly.
know, all life is how much energy are you putting into
No,
something?
that's not.
That's really all it is.
I mean,
because
it's
all
just-
life
someone,
is
because if someone's putting all their energy in work, they're not going to put it into something else. Like you have a certain amount of energy, so it's like if the DJ's not working, then we got
And
to go to
also,
the
it's
food
like
truck.
you got to do research on things. You got to like figure it out, and then like once you realize like, oh, this is a good
All right, so
thing to go.
hypothetically, I know you said like what your idea would be.
Yeah,
say we don't
yeah.
have the podcast or anything.
Yeah, what's good?
And you guys buy this, what would you do with it?
Probably rent it out, make money off of it, passive income.
And where would you put it?
We'd find a place that's like a tourist trap.
I think a good idea if we just had a lot of tiny homes and we just had a little development. Bought
Yeah.
a big thing of land, had a little development, and then in the middle maybe like put like a basketball court or something like that. Make a bunch of
Would
money
they all be
there.
the same
And it would be
house?
really
Like
cute.
volleyball,
Like news,
volleyball, beach volleyball?
The news would want to come and be like talking to me about this little neighborhood. Like it'd be so sick.
Would they all be the same like model house?
No.
No,
Okay, yeah.
you gotta have
'Cause,
like,
if you go over to like your neighbor's house and it's like, oh, like this is
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
you have like 3 different models.
Like,
Yeah.
there'll be different models, and I'll definitely have a partnership with Home Depot to get it cheaper.
Yeah, definitely. You'll get it in bulk price.
Like if I buy 20, like could you give me a discount?
21st for free.
If I buy 19, one's free.
Like buy
Yeah.
one get one free.
buy
Like, type of
19,
deal.
buy 19, get one free.
Moving on.
That is so worth it.
How
It's
many
definitely worth it.
how many contacts are in your phone?
Is there a way to see this?
Yeah, if you scroll
Yeah.
down to the bottom.
If I'm gonna guess,
Let's do some lines here. Let's get some.
I think
some
Matt has the
ranges.
most.
Here we go. We're gonna start with Hayden. Hayden, you look. You don't tell us, and I'm gonna make a line,
I like this game.
and we're gonna bet over unders.
Wait, so you go to contacts and just scroll to the
Scroll all the
bottom?
way down, right?
Okay, but
What do you
there's,
think of-
there's some that
Let's make a line.
some are duplicates first of all.
That's fine.
And some I just have like probably never texted.
I'm gonna say line is.
I was gonna say 160 and a half.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over.
Well,
too.
then
Yeah,
you
guys
that's
know-
bad.
make
gotta
a
set
higher
a line
line.
that you
Yeah.
would go under.
I'm gonna go
What is it? What is gonna be under? I'm taking the over on whatever you say.
180 and a half.
I'm taking the over.
I'll take the under.
Let's see it.
It's 218.
Let's go.
It was way over. 7 duplicates, so 211 it would really be.
But still, nonetheless, the
and
overhit.
like I said, I think there's like probably like 10% of people I actually text.
Yeah, I mean, but like contacts, like they transfer from phone to phone, and like you've had it for a long time. So,
Yeah.
and I don't really go through deleting contacts. So, what's my line?
100 and a half.
I feel like yours is gonna be high. Like
You really want 100 and a half?
I would go
I don't-
way over that. I'd go way over that.
I'm just trying to think. You save all your photos and everything. Yeah, he probably has high.
realistically,
just
I
because
think
he,
his is more.
yeah, I think his is more because
100 and a
I'm just thinking about people he has in his contacts, and I'm like, why do you have them in your
Yeah,
contacts?
we should set this.
Yeah.
218 as the under over.
218 and a half.
What would you take?
I'm going under.
Yeah, I'd go over.
278.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're a loser.
Why is that a loser? That actually makes him the opposite of a loser.
No,
Who
but
do you
also-
have?
I've got a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
After this pod, I want to look at who you have in your.
I got a lot of
phone.
business.
Look at every
partners.
single one.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, the thing I do though, you're gonna hate me for this. Like, if it's like a restaurant or something, you have to call. Like,
You save it, yeah. Of
No
course.
way.
Or if it's like,
I should have
Like at
known his
school?
is higher just because he
No
just
way you-
saves everyone's phone
So
number.
like
at
if you like
school-
call to
That's
order pizza,
278 is how many people who have texted him in his entire life
that's not true.
because he saves every single phone.
You know
number.
that. Here's
Like-
a pet
like
peeve.
say it's like the scam, like
Yeah, like
Verizon,
someone-
Here's
Someone
a pet
interviewed
peeve.
him and he saved it.
Here's a pet
like
peeve
your
I have.
data plan is like running out and
My-
he like saves the.
Here's a pet peeve I have. My one friend at school, he always asks me, he's like, "Can you look this number up? Can you look this number up?" He saves no one's number, right?
don't
And he
save it.
tries to remember like the last
Yeah.
4 digits. I get so pissed at him. I'm like, "This is the last contact I'm ever giving to you," because
Oh, wait.
every single
Talking
time.
about like regular people, not
no,
just,
like people like
Like-
at school, like he's like, "Who's texting me right now?" I'm like,
No
he's like, "Can
way.
you
yeah,
look up this
I
number?"
do know people who do that. I
It's
think that's
so
just like
annoying.
Are they
It's
just
like-
lazy to do
It's
it?
so lazy to like not put it in. He's like, "I don't know why I'm gonna have to save it."
That
And
would
I'm
actually
like,
make me
dude,
mad.
it's so annoying. He every time.
I think
Frank is if Frank is watching this right now, every time he gets a text from someone and he's like, "Who is this?" He tells me to look it up. I look it up and I'm like, "Save that." He's like, "Nah, I'm probably never gonna text him again." A week later, he'll ask me for their number because he needs something from them. It's just like, why can you not just go through the 5-second process of adding them as a contact?
Yeah,
and he
no.
tries to
But
remember.
that's pretty impressive that he remembers the numbers.
I don't think he does it a lot because he's always asking me. He tries to
think-
remember like the last.
I think
4.
I would be mad like if I were him, if I were in his shoes, and like I got a text from
Yeah.
a random number, and I was like, "Who is this?"
No, but he tries like what he does is he scrolls back in the conversation and he's like, "Oh, this is this person."
All right.
Like, why would you scroll all the way up in the conversation to be like, "Yo, this is
Yeah.
to see that?" It's just
All right.
just dumb.
So who's making my line? One of
Your
you
line,
two?
I mean, considering that you thought like everything was going to be lower, I think yours isn't as high as you think. So I'm going to go 155 and a half.
I'm gonna go under.
I'll take the over.
193.
Let's
Ooh,
go. That was a good segment right there.
Yeah. I only save people that like I would actually text.
So you
Gosh.
texted everyone?
What? Yeah, obviously.
I mean,
have him in my
like, why
contacts.
do I have this guy in my contacts?
That makes no sense.
I think the reason I have a lot is
I think we should
because-
play a game one time where we scroll through and stop, and you have to call them.
No,
no
we're not doing
text.
that.
Call them.
I think
You have
the
to call them
reason
and do anything.
I think I would have
crap,
as much.
this is the wrong phone number.
I would say I think I would have as much as Matt, but I don't like use Snapchat a lot. So like I text people through iMessage. A lot
Yeah,
of people don't do
agreed.
that. So like
Yeah.
I have like random people on iMessage that I would just like text.
Does Snap say how many people you have? I don't think it does.
There's probably a way you could find out, but
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. All right, moving on. This is something that me and Matt talked about a while back. All right, and I think you're going to be a unique person in this. You might be the only person in the world that does this.
Yeah, okay.
When you go into the shower, do you go underneath the water? So the water's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go underneath it, or do you just go in like this? And
All right, here's my take on this. I know what Matt's talking about because I've done it before, but it depends like on the temperature of the water when you get in. So like I'm saying like too cold or too hot, like I'll go under and then stand like out of the water until it like heats up, or like if it's too hot, I'll like turn it down, but I'm already in the shower, so I'll just stand outside of the water until it cools down. But if it's like the temperature that I want, I
How
just
do
walk
you
right
how
in.
do you know it's the temperature? You put your hand
Yeah, I
up?
put my
Yeah.
hand and I feel it.
so what do you
Okay,
do?
so we agree on that you have to put your hand out.
But
So
why do you go
first of all, I'll
around?
go in and I'll crank it to the hottest level right
Agreed.
away just to get it flowing,
Yeah.
get it going. And
Oh,
then
you just go all the way like
Yes,
hot
I
as-
go all the way so it goes the fast. It heats
No,
up the
I-
quickest,
yes.
and then you can turn it down.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
set it to exactly where I want every single time.
no.
I feel like it takes longer that way.
Yeah, I just
might,
crank it,
but-
get it heating up. Now I'm going underneath, right? I'm
you're,
feeling the
like-
water, and this is when it's like, oh, too hot, put it down. Oh, too cold, put it
Okay.
there. And I'm making
Wait,
sure everything's
So
good.
you're saying you go in the shower before you even feel the water?
No, I'm holding my hand out underneath.
But he's standing in the shower,
yeah,
and the
I'm saying
water.
I'm
you-
not standing in the
Oh.
shower. No, I'm outside the shower.
Then
But
why
I'm-
wouldn't you just wait till it gets to your
So
temperature?
then, why do you go around? That makes no sense.
Because
So you're
when,
saying you go like this?
when I go in
the
there,
water.
I want my back to be the first thing that's hit, and
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want to go in and do like a little turn.
No,
don't wanna
I
back
like
into it, you
I like
rather
my
go
head.
around
I
it.
like my hair to be the first thing.
Like
that
I
touches.
go
like
in,
this,
I
and
go
then
in. The first thing I'm doing is I'm wetting my hair and I'm getting my back wet,
And
and,
wait.
I'm taking a minute.
I'm in the shower.
Wait, what?
This is
Yeah,
a-
because
this
I
is
don't want
another-
to. I'm not peeing
This
towards
is another
it.
question.
Like, that's weird.
Another question.
And I try to hit the wall, and I'm like,
off
come on,
this
hit the wall.
question.
But it's still gonna trickle back on you.
In the shower.
And then I get on my hands
in
and
the
knees and I start
shower,
licking
which
it.
way do you face? Do you face like
Did you just hear what he said?
What?
He said when he goes in the shower, it's his back. The water's coming, and his back's like this. He pees, tries to hit the wall, and then he gets on his hands and knees and tries licking it.
when I pee in the shower, I aim for the
Drain. Why would you shoot away from the drain?
Because it's cool. Because then it's
It's
all it smells
gross.
like pee.
That's gross.
It trickles all the way down. You could just pee in the drain.
And then
Wait.
my feet are like all yellow, and I'm like, oh no!
When
like,
you-
I,
when
you know
you're in
this
the
podcast goes
Yep.
on the internet, right?
Crap, I forgot we were
When you're in the
recording.
shower,
no,
which way do
I
you
pee
face?
towards the drain.
No,
yes.
which way do you face when you're in the shower? Do you face away from the
Like,
faucet, or you face towards?
I
the
face
water?
away, so it hits my back.
I rotate. You go.
I rotate a little bit.
I rotate too, but I'm saying I'm mostly back.
But I know people that like just
How do you-
their
how do you
back
know?
is facing. I've had this conversation before. Their back is facing the entire time. Obviously, they have to turn to like wash this side of their body, but like they're facing that way literally like majority of the time. Like I like. I
No.
think
Do they
I
wash
like
their
to
face?
I mean, I like sing in the shower, so like I like putting on concerts, so I have to like turn around and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
you're a weirdo.
Like get that side of the crowd. You know?
You're a weirdo. You literally lick your pee.
I don't do that. It's joking. Do you know a joke?
Not a good one. Moving on.
You laughed.
Yeah, it's funny, but now that I think about it, you probably do that shit.
No, I don't.
Backseat drivers. Yesterday, I was driving with Matt around town trying to go to this place, and I was like, turn here, it's going to be quicker. Park here, it's going to be quicker. And then he's like, disregards. And he's like, and then you have this, you said,
Yeah.
I don't like backseat drivers.
Yeah.
His quote, like, whatever way I go, let me fucking go.
Yes, and I 100% agree.
Wait, but can I? Wait, no, you go
Yeah.
first. Then I'll
So
ask.
if we're starting a trip and you want to talk to me about, like, if we're going to the beach and you're like, maybe we should go that way because it's a lot quicker, stuff like that. But if we're driving around town or doing something that's quick and you want to figure out how to get there a minute quicker or something like that, just let me drive. You know, I'm driving. Stop trying to tell me what to do. I'm not going to tell you where to go. I don't care how you go. I don't care what you do.
All right,
Yes.
let me say something.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. It's like, oh my gosh.
Say this.
Like, shut
We
up.
did
I'm
this-
sorry
we
I
did
didn't
this the
go
other
in that
day.
spot.
We did this the
5
other day.
feet closer to the store.
We went from Brandon's house to my house.
Exactly.
Matt drove, and me and Brandon played the game. Let's not tell Matt where to go a single time. We ended up in a different township.
Directionally challenged.
No,
Literally
okay,
different
I wanna-
township.
I wanna
like we
first-
got lost.
I want to first say, if I wanted to get to his house, I would go my way. But I was being a nice guy, and I wanted to go your way for you guys to help me out where to go, and you guys just didn't help
It's
me
just
out.
so much quicker, and like I feel like you've done it so many times.
I
but-
haven't done it. I've only done it with you in the car. And how many times are you in my car? Not a lot.
That way's so much faster though.
I know, but if I wanted to get to his house, I go my way.
No, I actually feel like you've done it like 10 plus times.
I have not.
and because a lot of the time you followed
5
me,
at max.
You've probably you followed me for sure, but
yeah, but I'm not even driving when I'm following you. I'm having my thing on cruise control.
I just
Really, that
think
car has cruise control.
yes, there is like there is like back roads where it's like they all look the same, but like at the end of the day, like it's a simple route.
No, you've gone it so much. I think on under 5. for
Bro,
me.
I think if I go on a road
And
like
also-
2 or 3 times, I know it.
Yeah.
Aaron.
no, that's not my skill.
it's called directionally challenged.
No, your skill is that you know directions and you have weaknesses, right?
He looks up and down at me when he
I-
says,
My
I think-
weakness is that
"I am directionally challenged."
I'm not that good at directions.
Correct.
I think my take on
But
this.
you don't need directions.
I haven't been driving long enough to like experience this, but I mean, I think for the most part, I would want to go where I want to go. But if someone says go this way, it's faster.
You
I mean,
have to tell me
I
then.
no, I
if
would.
you want me to go a different way, you have to be a good guy and like I'm driving, you'll be like, "Yo, turn right," and then I'm turning right.
That's what I
Yo,
did. I
turn
told
left.
you turn right, and I told you park.
You
there.
tell me too late.
No,
tell me
but
this is
too
a
late.
different-
yesterday
this is
when
a
we were going to
different thing,
Jersey
Matt.
Mike's, I told you turn right, and I was like park here. It's a lot quicker and it's easier to get out.
You didn't
And then
say.
what
You, by
do-
the way, you
and
didn't
then
say
what you
park
do-
there, and
what
I
you do is you
don't.
go
I don't.
all the way around. And
That's
then
because
it's
it's
like,
I like parking there.
Technically, that parking is not for Jersey Mike's.
well,
so.
what are they gonna do? What is
No,
Five
like,
Guys
Toe
gonna
is-
do?
It's just annoying. Like I would rather drive alone because now you're gonna keep doing this, and I'm not gonna want to drive with you. I don't feel comfortable driving with you.
I don't feel comfortable you driving me. You drive with your knee.
He's actually
That's
a very
cool.
good driver with his knee.
That's literally
One time,
cool.
Matt was playing. I was in the car with Matt, and he goes, "Let's see how far I can get driving with
Yeah.
my knee." And he could only turn one way with his knee, so he tries to turn the other way, like almost runs into a curb.
Yeah, and then
I
you
made
cramp
it,
up and, like, and you're trying to turn with your knee, and then it's like it's GG.
Yeah, I just think you should let the driver drive.
For the most part, yeah, I agree.
Let the driver drive.
Sure.
But we let you
But
drive,
also-
and you just took it
Yeah.
the wrong
No,
way.
because I'm doing you guys a favor. I'm going that way for
How is
you
that
guys.
doing us a favor?
Because if I would just drive my way and you guys are like, this is so much longer.
and then you get stuck at like 4 lights.
Yeah, but it's fine. I enjoy driving. I enjoy
Spending
listening to
time with
music
us.
with the window down. But I feel like I have to go your way, and I'm doing you guys a favor, and then you're like, you're not even
And then
right.
and then he also would stop on the road, roll down the window, and like talk to like the deer outside. the
Oh
window.
no!
And then,
now
like,
you're just
Hello.
you're just making stuff up.
And then like there was this one point like a moth flew in and landed on him. He's driving and he's like, it's on my bag, it's on my bag.
Dude, remember on the one road when he got lost and he just stops the car, rolls down the windows, and it's like
Yeah,
like
and
a
then
scary ass
And then he's
road.
like, imagine there's like cones right here, and then you have to go out and move them, and then like people like come out and kill us. And then like
Yeah,
I was like
you
scared
guys are definitely
because
someone
it was
else.
like 10:30 at night, and this kid is on like a 1-lane road with no lights, no houses,
The
and he's
thing
like
is, I
stopping in the
don't
middle of the
actually
road.
know roads. I just remember how to get to point A to point B. Like if you told me how do I get somewhere, I don't even know. It's kind of just like when I'm driving, I'm not even looking at the road, to be honest.
It's not good.
It's-
Someone revoke your license.
Speaking of that,
Speaking of that, that's a good idea.
What? Revoke his license?
Should you have to retake your driver's test every 10
Oh
years?
yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah.
transitioning. Do you think you should have? Do you think you should have to retake your driver's test every 10 years?
yes, I think so.
I mean, I agree with that like idea. I just think at least where we live, the driver's test is just useless. I think like just like driving with a driving instructor and like 3 hours of driving, you should have to do that. I feel like the driving test is useless.
I just think if they actually made that a requirement, it would be such a hassle.
No, it would
There's
be
so
such a-
many people.
Yeah, it
if
would.
everyone has to do that, it would take.
And
like,
imagine like
Yeah, no, I'm
imagine,
going
like, you
to know. I
imagine,
just
like
said
you're
yes for,
turning
like, the
you're turning like
clickbait.
85 and they make you retake your
I
driver's
mean, if you
test.
fail, maybe you shouldn't be on the road.
No,
No.
but like I let me just say, like right now, I just got my license, so like everybody in all my friends are like taking their tests right now,
Mm-hmm.
and like I know some people that have gotten their license recently, worst drivers I've ever seen. So like,
But I think it's just that driving's a necessity, and it's something that you learn. Like in today's world, driving is a necessity.
Yeah.
And like, unless you were horrible in your test, they're gonna give you your license. And the whole retaking thing, it's gonna be way too many people.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna suck for
Yeah, it's
driving
gonna
people.
take way too long.
And B, it's like. Like you can like let's say you fail, it's like, oh no, now you can't drive, now you can't get to work every day, like you got to figure something
That's
out. Like
true.
it's like you
Yeah.
can't just take someone's license away.
yeah.
and I can't like
You have to do something wrong.
I could just picture like a 80-year-old like taking a driver's
Also,
test.
80, you shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, I think there should be a cutoff when you can stop driving.
My grandpa still drives.
Well, he's not 80 yet. He's 77.
He's 77,
Yeah, he has 3 more years until he can't drive.
but still.
Moving on.
Wait, but I'll say I do want to revoke because like that would be such a hassle. And also like if you never parallel park and now like you have to parallel park for your test and then
Yeah.
you fail and then you're like, dude, can I
like-
take it over
I
now?
like
They're like, no, and you're like,
Wait another
oh my
10
god, I have
years.
to ride my bike to work.
I like that. It's like now you can't go to work.
Yeah, but the only thing why I thought about that question is because I was thinking the fact that you take it at 17 and you're good for the rest of your life is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like
It
you,
is.
you learn throughout like driving.
I-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You get more experience and
Yeah.
stuff.
it's all about
So I guess it's not that weird. So yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
Like yeah, in
Like, you
a
learn
perfect world where like it wasn't a hassle, sure, I'd say maybe it's a good thing. But in a world where driving's a necessity, no one wants to deal with that hassle. There's
Yeah.
so many people
I also
that
think there's
drive.
not enough like testing centers.
Well, yeah, if this were a thing, they'd have to make so.
Yeah,
many.
that's-
It would
it's
just
not
suck.
worth
It
it.
would
Yeah,
not
that
be
would
worth
suck.
it.
I mean, you learn from experience. You get in a couple
Yeah.
car crashes.
No, okay,
become
that's
a
when you
better.
get your license
Like that's how
revoked.
failure builds success. If you know what I mean.
Do you think?
I remember one time. Hold up. I remember one time I was driving with Matt, and it was like
That's probably not
his
true.
his windshield and his windows were foggy, and like
Oh my
he
God.
didn't know how to like clear it off. We're like stuck. We're at the circle, right? Buddy rolls down his window and like sticks his head out the window to see if cars are coming, and then he's like. His head out the window. He's like driving, turning because like you cannot see anything out the
Yeah, I'm a good driver.
Yeah,
He's a good driver.
you're fine. You get the job.
I'd say
you get from point A
I'd
to
say he's
point
a better
B.
driver than you.
I've never gotten
That's
any.
fine.
Have you gotten in any accidents?
Not when I was driving.
I say
What?
I say when I'm in the
Knock
car
on
with
wood.
you like cut people off a lot. Like
Yeah, I'm an
like there's
aggressive
a car
driver.
like right there coming full speed. And you're like, oh, let's just.
I
drive anyways.
would cut people off, but I don't because the car takes 10 seconds
Yeah.
to get to
Matt's-
another
Matt's-
speed. So it's like I'm trying to cut him off, and it's like, yeah, I'm not getting it 60, and it's just like it won't work.
Yeah, Matt's got his like pedal to the metal, and it's like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
for the
So I
first, like,
have
and then he
to.
honks at them, and they're like, all
So
right,
you-
And your horn is just like beep beep.
Yeah. So I have to be smarter if I'm cutting someone off because I have to think about it 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
he's got to be smart about cutting people off because his car's gonna like flip because it's like a box.
Do you think?
I hate driving a car, by the way.
Yeah,
I
I
did
know.
it once or twice.
I
but,
did.
Like,
I did it.
sucks.
I did it a couple
hate
times.
it.
Also, I almost got pulled over. So
Yeah, I hate it.
Do you think if everyone over 8 years old died, humanity would continue?
I think this is a dumb question because obviously it would continue eventually. I think
Yeah.
society might like go downhill because it's being ran by 8-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously humanity would continue.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Humanity would continue because obviously there's going to be 8-year-olds who die because they don't know how to get food and it's just hard for
Eight
them
is
to
such
live.
a tough
And they
age.
But-
can't drive.
But the thing is, I think everyone will figure it out.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, it'll figure
Human-
itself
lot of-
out.
that's a lot
That's
of
the
faith.
skill of
That's a lot
that's
of
the
faith
skill of the
in
human
nature.
race.
There's
Ad-
smart
adaptation.
There's smart 8-year-olds who could figure stuff out, and once when you need to do something, they're gonna figure out how to survive.
Yeah, I think.
And then once when why'd I say it? I knew it. When they start reproducing, then everything gets flowing. By the time kids are like 13, 14, and they're still alive, like it's gonna get rolling.
I think.
And then it's just gonna be reproduce.
oh, well,
Like
they
once
can't
when
really
they
do
can,
that at 13.
yeah, you can.
No,
Whatever,
People die from
just-
giving birth at 13.
Listen, I think
Whenever you can give birth, that's when kids are gonna start giving birth because it's just like
It's gonna be like 18 probably.
Listen.
17, 18,
Listen.
16. I'd say 16's the earliest.
my take is
16's
This
late.
question shouldn't
If
be
you're
about
8 and you have to survive.
This question shouldn't be about if, it should be about how long. I don't think it's lasting longer than 100
I
years.
think no, but
I think it's lasting 'cause it's just gonna
any
keep
living
continuing.
organism,
It's just
any living organism adapts to their environment. I think. I mean, obviously they won't be able to drive. I think the world will become.
They can learn.
The world will become less like technologically advanced as it is now, because it's like 8-year-olds, right? I think it would like slow down. Society would slow down and stuff. I think they would adapt though, and they would figure it out. Like
yeah,
Matt
you're
said.
saying adapt, but it's like
Just to put in perspective, 8 is like first grade.
you're putting a lot of
No,
faith in
second
8-year-olds.
grade.
second or third.
You're putting a lot of
Eight,
faith in
first grade's like
8-year-olds.
6.
Yeah. So it's like third.
You're putting a lot of
Third
faith
grade.
in 8-year-olds. And I mean, sure, some would figure it out, but I would say the population. Like, also, what you have to
Actually-
think: how many 8-year-olds do you think are in the world?
Probably the
Look it up.
The same as like any other.
Wait, it's not 8. It's 8 and
Oh.
younger.
I mean,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, the kid. I forgot about the younger kids. Like the 2-year-olds are
Yeah, like they're all gonna die too.
Goo, goo, gaga.
How
Yeah,
are
die.
8-year-olds gonna keep like? Alright, it's not gonna come up.
The
But let's say
8-year-olds need to take control of the world. Like, who's the president of the United States?
They won't have it.
Like 8-year-old Billy.
no. But I'm saying so many of the younger kids will die. Like, 8-year-olds aren't gonna be able to take care of them.
True. That now that I think about it, I still think the human race would continue. Society would crumble though.
I mean, that's just in the U.S. 5.7% is under 5, and then under 18 is 22. So let's say it's like 10%. How much? It's probably like 800 million people.
Yeah, no, they'll figure it out, bro. There's definitely smart
Dude, but
8-year-olds.
so
who
many
can
young-
figure
800
stuff out.
million people are dying.
No, but I'm saying like the younger generation's all dead. Like, there's no. How are they going to take care of themselves? 8-year-old, 7-year-old, 6-year-old probably could figure them out. 5 and younger, you're gone. You're done. So that's like 300 million people.
I
And-
think 800 million. Half of them die. 400 million, and they start reproducing, and you're already back.
You have to understand, you can't reproduce when you're that young. Physically, you cannot
No,
reproduce.
Not at 8. I'm saying when they get like a little bit older.
Okay,
in
still.
their teens.
Yeah.
But like, I don't
First of all,
think
you die from
I
doing
don't
that
think
shit.
they would be like,
Man, you
oh,
can't-
this is
Also,
an
why do you keep saying you can't have kids at 13?
Bro, if you look up all the stories, like girls are dying.
But
it's-
from giving birth.
It is an
14.
anomaly. It's like, it's the success rate
And
of it is
especially
very low.
especially with no doctors. They're giving birth giving
like,
birth by
you
themselves.
guys you guys are overvaluing 8-year-olds, and there's so many younger kids younger than that who are they're done. Like, there's no way they survive.
I think it's gonna work.
I'm in the middle.
Dude, you were on the side of 8-year-olds the entire time, and now
Yeah,
it's like,
no, but
thinking about the
you've
younger
convinced me.
people,
You've convinced me.
There's no
I think
shot.
It's gonna work.
I think they'll find a way to work
Maybe
it
there's
out.
gonna be an 8-year-old.
How many kids?
Doctor,
How many kids make it?
doctor.
How many kids make it to 18 years old? Maybe like
Like
10
200
million.
mil?
10 million.
200 mil.
200 mil.
I
Let's say
think
there's
50.
800
I think
mil.
50 mil would be the.
Dude, you guys are overvaluing 8-year-olds. Like,
I believe
Bro,
it.
but you have to
Can we get an
understand.
8-year-old on the podcast?
800
Then
million.
we could talk to
800
them
million
about them.
people.
about this?
There's not 790 million of them are not dying. There's no way.
dude, but it's gonna be quick. Like,
The average lifespan is gonna be like 13.
you guys have so much faith in 8-year-olds, but let's move on. We're kind of going in circles here. Would you rather have a fast forward button or a rewind button? I think this is easy. Rewind. You're
For
gonna,
what? What are we? Can
like
we get a
so
little
like-
explanation?
So right now, would you rather like fast forward to the future or like go back in the past?
Oh, definitely,
Definitely go back to the
rewind.
past.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I didn't know it was that obvious, but
you
I'd
don't
go
want to
rewind.
fast forward your life.
Yeah,
I
why
know,
would I
but I
fast
saw-
forward?
I saw,
rewind would definitely be so
actually
much cooler.
saw Jack Harlow was doing this. There was like he was getting interviewed and he said he would have a fast forward button.
No, that's so stupid.
I don't know.
Fast
I mean, like, you
forward,
could-
you're just going through things that you haven't even experienced yet.
I mean, I would say
I mean,
fast
like,
forward
yeah.
through like bad like stuff like I don't care about. Like if I have to like
well, how would you know you don't care about it?
well like if I have to like go through a test instead of like actually sitting down and doing it, I would just fast forward and be like,
True.
oh, see what happens. Like,
True.
you could use that in useful situations, but at the end of the
No,
day,
it's just like
I
not
feel like
worth
going
it.
back
That's,
in
then
time would
you're
be so sick.
you're just not experiencing life because you're gonna do that
Correct.
so much. Like, oh, I don't want
and
to.
then you're gonna regret it. In the
Yeah.
end.
No, but think
Yeah.
about it. You have a rewind button. Something happens that you don't like. You're like, oh, let me redo that.
Yeah, I
That
like
is
the
true.
rewind.
But you could also rewind a lot, and you could like restart. But
Oh, wait,
also, what
think about it this
sucks-
way:
You can't.
once
fast
you
forward.
rewind, you
fast
can't
forward.
go back.
Yeah,
So-
you can't fast.
You can't go all the way back in time.
I'm taking neither.
Okay,
I don't want to change my life.
I think the rewind button would be the right answer, but you have to be careful with it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. Either way, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it like you can go back until like the 1700s and like look at it, but now that I think about it,
Imagine
you
you
don't want
have
to do
imagine you
that.
have the best day of your life and you just keep rewinding it and keep doing it over and over again.
No, but the thing is, if you rewind it, things probably won't go exactly the same as they did the first.
So you just rewind until it goes perfectly.
Or you could. I mean, I think you would. The only time you would use it is if you would something like happened that you didn't like.
Rewind
went
is
that
for
way, you would rewind.
for people who have regret. Fast forward is for people who don't like where their current state of life is and want to see the future.
I mean, I like your idea of like you're dreading something the next day, you just fast forward through it.
Yeah. But also you gotta embrace life. And live
Honestly,
life every day.
If I'm looking at it that way, I might take the fast forward button. I don't see anything good in the rewind button at that point.
The only thing I'm saying if it's a one and done thing, I would want to rewind and like relive like the past, some parts of my life in the past.
Yeah, but
Not because of regret, just because like I feel like being young is a good.
I know.
thing.
I just feel like you dread stuff more than you regret stuff.
You dread stuff.
You
More than
dread
regret
stuff in the future more than you regret stuff from the past.
I would say so. Yeah.
So I feel like I'd wanna.
It's a
It's
good
like,
question.
oh, next week I have to do this. Like you get like one day before it, you fast forward to the next day.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
You were kind of mute there for a
Yeah,
second.
you were.
You good?
But yeah, I just don't care.
He's tired.
He doesn't care about this question. All right. Quick question. Are fruit snacks candy? We were at Wawa and we were discussing this.
I mean, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be candy, but I think they're not candy.
They
They're-
are candy.
Yeah, they're candy because they're next to all the other candies. And while
And
it's
also, how are you? Like, if we,
maybe it's not.
I don't think
how
it's a
is
candy.
that not? The sugar level's like
I-
the same. You
I
eat it
think-
as like a candy. What you think it's like?
I
some
think by
nutrients thing?
definition it would be a candy, but like I just feel like my entire life I haven't viewed them as a candy.
Yeah, because like when I'm having
What
it's
do
like with a lunch or something.
Yeah, I
it's
have
like a
fruits.
snack.
I have.
If you like bring candy to lunch, it's a lot different than if you're like, oh, I'm bringing.
I
fruit
think it's the
snacks.
same exact thing.
Nah, because I think
What
of, like,
when you eat fruit
I think of, like,
snacks, you
Starbursts or
get tricked by
Skittles.
the fruit word. Oh, you think it's healthy, so you eat 10 bags of those. Oh, look up the definition of candy,
Why are
buddy.
you so mad right
Because
now?
try reading, because you're gonna read bad, and
look up
everyone in
our
the
fruit
comments.
snacks candy and see what comes up.
snacks Candy. Fruit snacks look much closer to candy.
What?
What?
The question literally says, why are fruit snacks not considered candy? Like, you can't go off of that. It's literally
I
a
don't know.
leading
I
question.
don't think they're candy.
They're just not as bad as candies.
I don't even
but
think that's the reason. I think of like Skittles, Starburst, Twizzlers when I think of
Fruit
candy.
snacks is still candy. Like, if you go to, like, if we're at a baseball complex, like, why is fruit snacks there? Like, they're with all the candy. It's always with all the
there's
candy.
also other stuff at baseball complexes.
Yeah, but it's just
like
it's
real
with all
food.
the candy. Like, what do you want? Sour Patch? You want?
There's
fruit
also
snacks?
sunflower
You want-
seeds with all the candy.
No, but no, that's like.
um
So what group you put them in their own group? The fruit snack group?
Would you put gum as candy?
no.
What
Gum is its own
Yeah.
thing.
You would make
It's-
gum its own thing.
Yeah,
I would make fruit snacks its own thing then.
that's crazy.
So the next topic. Personally, I've never done this, but I've heard from people telling me, and I could just imagine, honestly, clogging the toilet at someone else's house. Worst feeling ever.
Yeah, from experience. I've done it here a couple times.
Yeah.
Also, your toilet over there sucks. So
No, we got a new one though. You notice that?
It's better now.
It's a brand new toilet. Yeah.
Because because
You clogged the toilet?
no, because listen,
Like,
no, the toilet's
What you
no.
used to have to do was hold down the flusher until everything went down, or
Oh,
else
yeah.
it would all get like
Yeah.
literally before we got a new one. I would clog a toilet in there from like peeing. Like there'd be like I'd like pee. There'd be like 2 pieces of toilet paper in there, and I would flush it and it would clog.
What I would have to do to not clog it before they got the new toilet, I would have to flush just the shit, and then wipe, and then just flush the toilet paper. Because it's like you can't combine the both. Like they physically was not possible. So
Yeah, the clogging is definitely like pretty embarrassing because
So-
you're gonna have to tell someone. In
and
the
also, if
house,
they didn't
too.
know you were shitting before, it's kind of like, wait, you're just shitting in my house. But
And it's just like they're not gonna get mad at you, but like when you leave, they're gonna be like, "Why did he do that? Like
Yeah.
no way he came over and clogged the
I
toilet."
mean, that's like disgusting.
yeah, that is pretty bad.
yeah, because it's also like
I haven't had experience with that, so maybe
it's not something where you could be like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll deal with it. It's like, no, you're unclogging that shit. I'm not touching your shit. So.
Yeah, I actually have never unclogged a toilet. So if I clogged a toilet at somebody else's house, I wouldn't know how to unclog it.
You just go out there and you're like, hey, could you come in and clog this?
I would just ask for their plunger, honestly.
Also, another thing, this happened at Jared's house. I took a shit and then like it smelled so bad, so I had to like try and ask him where like some spray was because
that's pretty embarrassing because everyone was just looking at you. Just
no,
like,
you want to know how to make it not smell as bad when you take a shit at someone else's house. As soon as it hits the water, flush every single piece of shit, because that's less time the shit stays in the toilet to smell, right? And then you gotta go as fast as you can, because when you're on top of it, it like traps the scent in the toilet, right? So then once you get up, it will all be released. But if you're like just shitting, flush, wipe, flush, leave, and then it's like
some toilets some toilets like recovery time is like 5 minutes. Like they'll just
can't flush. My toilet.
And then you try flushing like for the third time, it's just not working.
And then it just
like,
explodes.
Oh my god! What?
The toilet downstairs many times actually, like I try to flush it, comes up, fills the hallway.
Your toilets like have had problems in the past, so like it's kind of hard to shit.
Well, that's good. You got new toilets.
Yeah. Last thing. Hayden just threw this one on here. Thoughts on BLTs?
Okay, I actually have a lot to talk about. That. Not a lot, because you guys get mad when I have to talk a lot. So, first thing, I used to be completely against BLTs.
Agreed.
Because bacon is a supplementary meat. I don't think it should be the main meat of a sandwich. And I still think that. But I thought that before I had a BLT. I've had BLTs since that. BLTs are delicious. I like BLTs. I still think that bacon is a supplementary meat, and there should be another meat on it. But like I'm like iffy about BLTs.
Yeah. You also said the other day you're not a double meat guy.
I'm not. Like if I'm getting
so you're never getting bacon.
No, it's different with bacon because bacon is supplementary.
Okay.
So like if I get like roast beef and then I get like bacon on top of it, but I'm not getting like ham and turkey on the same sandwich. Like
what are your thoughts on BLTs?
I'd get a ham, cheese, lettuce. Like that's it.
I want to first say, if you're having a BLT, you need mayo.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you need mayo on it, and you need to enjoy lettuce or tomato, which makes sense. But like, you can't be going into the BLT. You don't like one thing. You don't like tomato or you don't like lettuce. Yeah. I think a BLT is good, like a good little snack outside, a refresher. I think it's a nice, refreshing, small sandwich.
I think a BLT, you need to have enough bacon. Like, you can't just have 2 strips.
They put a... Usually people put a good amount of bacon.
Depends on where you get it from, but, like, you need enough bacon where it's like...
I'm not as big of a fan of bacon as people make it seem.
No, bacon is way too overrated. Yes. 100%.
So, I wouldn't catch myself getting a BLT unless it was, like, I saw someone get it and it was, like, a lot of bacon.
Honestly, this might be a unpopular opinion, but... when it comes to a breakfast meat, I take sausage over bacon any day.
Depends how I'm feeling, but
I think a BLT, if you're not like really hungry and you just want something and you don't mind tomato or lettuce, slap some mayo on there, a little bit of pepper, and it's a good meal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you toast it, mayo like melts all over it.
You need a good bread.
For sure.
Main Street Bagel.
Moving on.
BLTs.
We're going into our drafting segment.
I have these written down.
The topic for this week is gas station snacks. Matt started last week, so Hayden, you have the first pick and you were on the clock. Here we go.
So my first pick, I don't know if this is a very popular item, but I'm gonna go with the Chex Mix cheddar, all cheddar ones.
That's a good pick. I think that's a good.
I like that.
Might be like one of the best like snacks. Like
I like regular Chex Mix.
I was gonna say regular
like
Chex Mix.
The brown ones.
No,
I do.
I think those are good.
Those are my favorite ones.
I used to not like those, and then it grew on me. And I like
my favorite ones in the
I eat
cheddar
it
ones
to be like and then get like something else.
My favorite one in the cheddar.
It's like a good or bad.
My favorite one in the cheddar ones is the triangle ones, like the.
Yeah.
Wait, if I take like Chex Mix, does that give me both? Like just like the brand Chex Mix.
No, you're taking whatever.
You're taking the cheddar.
Like we're going into the store right now. You're going to the store. You're taking 3 items.
All right. Well, I still think that the cheddar one's the best one.
The thing about gas station snacks is there's just so much, and like there's not really any like unanimous. Like last week we did barbecue sides. I think mac and cheese was unanimous first pick. There's no Victor Wembanyama's in here, but for mine, I'm so bad at drafting. Holy shit. Give me.
Wow, you're bad.
Give me watermelon Sour Patch
Oh my
Kids.
God.
Let's go! I stole it. I had them on my draft board.
I don't even like those.
Is that actually where you're going to go? Is that actually where you're going to go?
Yeah.
Still go regular
Let's
Sour
fuck
Patch
it. All right,
Kids.
that's good.
All right.
Watermelons.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get my garden salsa sun chips.
Yep, I knew you were gonna say that.
And I'm going to get my sweet tea.
Oh, we can go drinks?
Are we doing drinks?
No drinks.
What?
They're snacks.
Because like,
You eat them. Drinks would open up this draft a lot more.
it's different if it's like gas station order versus gas station snack.
Yeah, because you
All
could
right,
get
so
like.
I'm going to go garden salsa sun chips. And I'm going to go with the blue Sour Patch if I find them in the place.
Okay.
You know those? The blue
Yeah.
all blue raspberry?
I feel like I have to take a chip here. I'm gonna go with sweet chili Doritos, the purple
Those are
ones.
good.
That has been a recent big hit. I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people I know have been getting those.
I've been getting those since middle school. Those are fire.
All right, so for my second pick, I feel like this might be a steal unless you guys. Some people are against this, but I'm gonna go with the Smart Food popcorn.
Smart like white cheddar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then last one, I'm just gonna go with like Oreos,
Just
regular default Oreos.
Yeah, I feel like
Not the Oreo minis. Oreo minis, I feel like they're disgusting.
I think you did the draft correctly. You get your candy. Did you get candy?
No.
No, so you didn't. I think for me, I got my candy. I got my chip.
I feel like you need a chip.
And now I
Definitely.
need sort of my utility, and really nothing's sticking out on the board for me, but let me go with,
My utility.
what's like a, I'm not good at this on the spot. Going to the gas station. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with Chips Ahoy. Oh, wait. Mini Chips Ahoy.
No, you lost the draft.
Hit me with the lime. Takis, let's go, baby.
Takis are a good one. That was gonna be
Oh
on my
my
list. but-
gosh.
Wait, what'd you go with?
Garden salsa, the blue raspberry.
I think you would have won
and
if you didn't have the blue Sour Patch Kid in there.
Those are good.
Those are good.
But that's just my opinion. People might.
Yeah.
People,
Mine-
I really wanted the watermelon.
Yeah, I had the
The
watermelon.
watermelon's a clear, like I'm going in and getting it. Like that's my only clear.
I don't like watermelon Sour Patch Kid.
They're the best
I'd take
ones.
regular Sour Patch Kid over
No,
watermelon.
because the regular, like the yellow's bad, the orange is bad, and the green is okay.
Also, I would take Starburst. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I was thinking Starburst, but then I
Starburst
thought about
are all good, but it needs to be like
Starburst-
the pink and red pack or something.
Yeah.
No, Starburst. This is my take right here.
done
Starburst.
this before,
no,
but yeah.
I'm just saying Starburst are the best candy of all time.
No.
That's my take.
And you didn't even take it.
I mean, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, you didn't go candy.
Well, I mean, just for me, I don't get candy when I go into gas stations. I like when I think of gas station snack, I think of chips.
I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly don't really like candy that much. Chips
Yeah.
are better.
I feel like we were all kind of versatile, but comment down below who you think won that draft. And here we go, moving on to our cap of the week.
Should I go first?
Biggest cap you've heard all week. Hayden, why don't you start us off?
All right. So I heard this week. I've also heard this in the past from other people, but I heard it again this week. I was talking with my friend, and I was like, if you got handed $1 million right now, what would you do with it? And he goes, if I got handed $1 million right now, I wouldn't accept it because I didn't work for it. And I was like, that is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard, because I've heard people say that all the time. People say, I won't take this amount of money because I didn't work for it. I feel like that's something Matt would say.
No,
If you're handed $1 million, you take that.
it.
I was literally gonna say I think it's even dumb that we think people wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
people
like
just
believing
say
that.
things.
No,
yeah,
people
My cap
Okay,
is believing people.
But like, in what situation would that ever? Yeah, would that ever happen?
No,
And, like,
'cause I
they
think
can say whatever they want, but you give them $1 million, they're going to take it.
Yes.
They're taking it.
Yeah, obviously, but the people that they're saying my cap, it's saying
people just
that
like
say they
sounding
wouldn't
like a
take it.
good person
Yeah.
before
Exactly.
something is actually right in front of them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Agreed.
My cap is not that people wouldn't take it. My cap is that people say they wouldn't take it.
Yeah, and
Would-
the
they
fact
definitely
that they
would
say
take it.
and they definitely
Yeah.
would. Correct. My cap of the week. I heard this yesterday during the finals game. Hayden actually said it. He said Jokic is going to be a top 10 player of all time, and
At the end of his career.
At the end of his career, while there, I don't think there's no chance. And he really is like the best player. He's very dominant. He does everything exceptionally well. He's triple double basically every day as a center. He does things exceptionally well, right? I just hate the way he plays. I think he'll have this final, maybe one more, and people are going to forget about him. Like, he is a great player, right? And he has won 2 MVPs. He's probably going to win 2 finals. You know, he has a bunch of accolades, right? Just him marketed in the NBA, the way he's marketed, like, he's a good player, but he's not like, no one's like top 10 list 20 years from now. People are not going to say Jokic.
No,
like,
but here, look at this.
who's going to say that?
I know I get in this argument all the time, but I don't think people appreciate like what he's doing. He's a 7 foot, 250 pound plus person. He's getting 10 assists a night. 10 assists a night. He's going coast to coast, dribbling as a
Correct.
center, scoring. He can shoot. I think they're going to be a dominant team in the West for the next like 3 or 4 years. The way they went through this playoffs this year, they lost 1 game at home, which was to the Heat. The only Heats win the series. I feel like he already has 2 MVPs. He's going to win this finals. I feel like he'll win at least 2 more finals.
No way. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
'cause
just
you're-
say
no,
two
when you're
more.
saying that,
Bro,
you're saying
trust
that.
me. This Nuggets team will be.
Do you know how
dominant.
hard it is
Listen,
to
listen.
win
So
finals?
dominant.
And you just said he's.
Listen, you're
gonna
basically
win
saying
two more.
that he's going to be like this Nuggets team is going to be like the Warriors.
I knew you were going to say something like
This is
that.
gonna be like
They're
the
not going to be
Warriors.
as dominant as the Warriors, but you have to understand how dominant this Nuggets
Dude,
team
it's
was.
so
this year.
hard to like.
I don't
like,
even think they're like right now they're dominant, but they're not like going to be
They're not
dominant
built
for,
for, like,
for
years
next
to
year
come.
or
and
the
this
year
is
after
just
that.
my opinion. So you guys,
Yeah.
I respect your take.
I think-
but there's only time will tell. And I
True.
think,
Only time will tell.
I think the way he plays just already makes him a generational talent. I think with his accolades.
Top 10, he's
No,
crazy.
I'm not saying
at the end
right
of his
now.
career. I know.
And I'm
Even at
saying,
the end of his
look,
career,
look,
though.
and I'm saying if it turns out the way I just said, if he has 3 titles, at least 2 MVPs, and plays the way he is right now, he will be top 10. Because people take like old players, nostalgic players, like
I don't even think he could be top 5 centers of all time, let
Wow,
alone top
that
10
is
of all time.
okay, see, and this is just my opinion. So I
Wilt,
agree with you.
Hakeem, Shaq, Bill Russell, Kareem.
But why do you think he can't be as good as them? You just think because they're old players, they've already made their mark.
No, and I hate the argument like for Bill Russell how he's good, but like
Bill
still,
Russell wasn't even like on most of his championship teams wasn't even the best player on his team. He just won 11 championships.
correct.
which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but they also played in the 60s. I know.
It depends.
Well, it's
like,
all about
whenever you're
perspective.
ranking anything, it's all about what you value and what you don't. And I just think Jokic, like he's gonna get 1, maybe 2 championships. Obviously, he has his MVPs. Obviously, he's a freak of nature. Like we've never seen something like him before. A center putting up triple doubles this much, but
He's a generational talent. Like you have to accept that.
Then
And
why
you-
was
I
he
agree
drafted
with
in
that.
the
And you
second round if he's a
means
generational
nothing.
talent?
That means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
It's just
You just don't like how he plays. You don't like him as a player because he competes with your favorite player.
no.
Embiid.
It's not even like that. I don't like Embiid anymore. I just don't think he's highlighted as like the superstar that he
Bro,
is.
because
And
he's not
top 10 of all
because-
time is
because
crazy.
He's not dribbling down the court, windmill dunk, putting up 40 points a game. He's making his team win. He's a leader. He's averaging a triple double basically. His
Top
team,
10 of all time is crazy. I don't think he's a top 5 center of all time, even if he does the best
All
of
right,
his
I
ability
just
the
think
rest of his career.
I just think the statistics I just put on the table
Mm-hmm.
is a a good reason to back up my take that at the end of his career, if that happens, if what I just said happens, he will be a top 10 player of all time. But I won't argue anymore because everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
And that's fine. But top. So you're telling me in 10 years from now, we're going to have a conversation, is Jokic the GOAT?
If
you're top 10, you have a GOAT
I never,
conversation.
No, you're not. If people arguing that Tim Duncan is the GOAT,
I mean, Tim Duncan is top 10.
he is.
But I'm saying,
are they
like,
arguing
top
he's
10,
the GOAT?
Top
No.
10 is like.
Are people arguing Shaq is the GOAT? No. Are people arguing that?
But people argue that they're like in the top 5, which I associate with like being in the
Speaking
GOAT,
of Tim Duncan, completely different thing. I saw this thing. LeBron and Jordan never exist. Tim Duncan's the best player of all time by far. He has 8 championships, 5 MVPs. Greatest player of all time.
Does he have 8 championships?
If Jordan and LeBron don't
He
exist,
does not have 8 championships.
it might have been Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe, but I think it was just
He has 5.
yeah.
Jordan has 6.
Where'd you get
LeBron has
8?
4.
Like I feel
No,
like you just throw
I think it
numbers
was
out.
Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe.
6 inside the park home runs.
Bro, LeBron took one from him. And then
Okay,
Kobe
you're
took.
saying- Yeah, okay. I agree. Yeah, sure. I still don't think that's 8.
It is. LeBron, Kobe, Jordan don't exist. He's the best player of all time by far.
He didn't. Wait, what was that year?
Kobe three-peated.
He didn't play Jordan. Oh,
Well-
so this year. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Tim Duncan, whatever. Yeah, I think Tim Duncan is probably one of the most underrated players of all time. And 10 years from now, kids aren't going to be talking about him, but he deserves his respect. But also,
I just think you like the highlight players because you don't.
Sure, that's fine. You can say that, but also, Nick, like Jokic is not going to be top 10 of all time.
Okay,
even
and
if Jokic,
that's your opinion, and my opinion is. I'm not saying I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just saying that's my opinion.
because
I think he will.
you think like I think he needs a lot more than like 2 championships. Like I think he's going to need a lot more than that.
But I mean, I don't understand why a bunch of people in the top 10 right now don't have over 3 championships.
Okay, let's go through the top 10. Jordan, LeBron.
We're still talking
If
about
you're,
this.
putting, if you're putting Shaq in there, if you're putting Kobe in there, if you're putting, I guess Hakeem. Hakeem only has what, 2? 1?
One or two.
I don't know. We can move on.
There's a bunch of people that, and if he wins 3, like LeBron was considered the best player of all time when he had 3.
Moving on.
But that is LeBron.
Matt, do you have cap of the week?
Yeah, my cap of the week is having a pet is dumb. And I'm sorry, like
you just don't like Brandon's dogs.
If no, like I'm sorry if
What are your thoughts on Brandon?
Mrs. Salida is watching this. Yeah, I'm sorry, but my whole thinking is the only time you should have a pet is like I get when you're older and you want someone to lean on, something to do, something to be passionate about.
Yeah.
I understand having a dog and taking care of
A
it.
dog is a man's best friend.
But the whole thing on just like relationships with a dog and having it when you're middle aged and having to take care of them, like, you know, have you ever been at like a grad party or like wherever you are, just like at some family gathering or something,
Sure.
and someone makes the excuse, I have to go because I have to go take care of my dog.
Yeah. That sucks.
Like-
but also that's their way to get out of things.
It is their way to get out. So that's why you buy a dog, so you can just get out of
Pretty much.
out of different events.
You
But
also
it's
said-
just like you have to take care of these animals when you're just building affection because they're getting used to you. That's all it is. And I just think if you're busy and middle age and stuff, it's just busy work. If you really love animals, then there's exceptions. Like, then enjoy the animal. But I think the only time I would get a dog is when I'm older. And like I want a dog to like hold. I want to have something to do.
I mean,
I want like a relationship when I'm just like older and I'm not working, something like that.
I mean, I just think dogs are like I know this is not like a good reason for them for like not to like go
Just
against
so-
your point,
yeah.
right? But you like look at like stereotypical family, like four
You're saying
Yeah, like,
2 kids,
It's part
two
of the-
kids,
it's
a
part
dog,
of- it's part
mother,
of the
father,
American-
2
2
kids, a dog.
It's a part of
And
the
then, like-
American dream. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
like
stereotype.
people are like
You're a
there's
big
a good amount
stereotype
of there's a good
guy.
amount of people that have like a good amount of families. You say like probably a little less than 50% have a dog, right? Have a pet.
Okay.
Depends on the demographic, but sure, yeah. And I
I
guess
just-
in a No, I'm saying like where you are. Like, yeah, in a suburban neighborhood, yeah, a lot of people have dogs.
Yeah.
In the city, not a lot of people have dogs. Also, another thing you have listed on here is
Yeah, wait. That's our.
I know. I'm saying another thing you have listed on here is I shouldn't have to pet your dog. Explain on that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, because I actually forgot about that.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody says you have to.
It's really implied, right? So a dog comes and everybody's like, oh, like now the dog's
Yeah,
the
the
center
dog
of
says that.
attention. The dog's the center of attention. So you bought a dog and you brought it, and now, okay, the only thing is like if you had a dog,
it just jumps and
just
bites
if
you in
you
the
let it-
face.
if you had a dog,
My dogs are
I'm giving
phenomenal.
pros to that. If you have a dog and you're single, girls will just love it. Be like, oh my god! So you can use that to your advantage. So like you can kind of just use the dog to your advantage. But
Yeah.
you bring a dog anywhere, and everyone's like, oh my god, pet it and stuff. I've been standing there and I haven't pet, and like people look at me weird. I don't have to go and pet your dog and then have to go inside and wash my hands
Yeah.
and be like, I
No
didn't.
way you're washing your hands after.
I
you
just
pet
don't. Why do I want to feel the dog? Oh, that was really nice.
Well, you don't have a dog. And
No,
there's a
it's
difference
just-
between dog people and non-dog people.
But it's just like when you're walking and then 3 people are petting and now like they're looking at me. Don't think it's implied. I have
You're
to
over
pet
here
your
just on
dog.
your phone, just like,
I don't have to pet
you
your
just
dog.
like walk by it like
But like
that.
No, you don't have to.
You could understand all the next time it happens and I'm not petting. The person will think I'm being rude because you think you don't have to, but it's implied. It's implied to pet the dog.
I really could go either way on pets there. I mean, it's whatever. Last thing about the dog thing and like pets as a whole, and you know, obviously you're gonna hate this, right? But the only difference about a pet and your kid is that the kid is related to you. In the sense that you have to take care of it, and I don't
That
want to
is
have
the worst
I don't want to have
argument
kids.
ever.
I don't want to have kids, but it's also like if like you're talking about like, oh my gosh, like
A
taking
human
care of
being-
a dog and like the responsibilities and all that. Like people before they have kids, it's like, all right, if they have a pet and then they're not taking care of it, it's like then kids, like you have to mature more before. Like if you can't take care of a pet, you're not gonna be able to take care of a kid.
It's not the same thing at all. Like it's not even close. You're comparing a human being and an animal.
I'm not saying it's exactly close, but like you always love to bring up the point that it's like it's your kid, you know, whatever this that.
It's your kid. It's a human being. A dog.
Yeah, you can like let a dog outside and like
A dog
but
literally.
it's still responsibility.
A dog
I'm just
literally
simply
only
talking about
likes
the
you.
responsibility.
Dude, it's just like
I'm just simply talking
You
about
can't compare
perspective
the two.
of you have responsibilities, you have to take care of
We've
it.
talked about pets enough.
But that's what I was gonna say. It's just like
yeah, that was stupid.
it's not stupid.
Let's not get into this anymore.
Well, because
You have
then
to take care of a kid. You have to take care, like at
But there's a
young
different-
age.
it's a different
Yeah,
level.
a kid grows up and can figure shit out on its own. A
the
dog's always
pros of
gonna stay
having a
dumb.
kid and the pros of having an animal. Like I get you're saying you have to take care of both, but the pros outweigh for
Sure,
the
I'm
kid.
not saying that it's better to
And
have
the
a
pros don't
I'm not
outweigh
saying
for an
it's-
animal.
I'm saying it's bad to have either.
Okay, but
It's not bad. It's just like not my personal preference.
you have 2 dogs.
But I don't take care of them.
Okay, moving on. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Oh, here we go. No cap. Bold statement of the week. Oh wait, you still have. You want to do yours, Matt?
no, just stop talking to me.
You have. That's yours.
No. Shh.
So you're
Yeah.
not doing this one?
I am. I was.
Do it right
I
now.
thought you were. Gonna do.
No, you do.
It's in the order. That's why I was just
Oh, we're going in
asking.
order.
Yeah, so why are you yelling at me for telling you to do it? Matt, what is your hot take of the week?
I
Let's
think
hear
this
it.
is the stupidest thing ever.
Okay. My hot take is I don't like the videos of Mr. Beast giving out money during the games, like the game shows he does and stuff like that. I don't like that because I was just thinking if you were in that situation, I think giving money to like random people is like good, or like giving it to someone who needs it, like a one person thing. But I think making a whole game show out of it, I think so 100 people are in, 99 lose, 1 wins. I think it's too much on the people who lost.
Okay,
Like
first of all,
for like cuz I was watching
Let
a
me give you a
video
couple
like
reasons.
you think it's like dumb, but like okay, you're playing a game and I was watching the video and people were like crying and like getting so emotional about the money, and then when they lose, being in that situation was so terrible.
okay, let me
So
give.
it wasn't worth.
Let me give you a. Let me give you
No,
a bunch of.
it wasn't
let me
worth
give
the
you
opportunity.
some
Keep it
things
short
that-
because like
yeah,
we're gonna
rebuttal
agree on
that
this.
rebuttal this. First of all, people are gonna get mad at you. I'm not gonna disagree with.
Yeah, well, it's whatever.
People are gonna get mad at you because
I don't really
saying,
think
like,
anyone gives a shit about
right?
this. I don't give a shit about this at all.
Second
Yeah,
of
I
all,
don't care about dogs.
he does give stuff to the people.
Yeah, he gives. That's
that
what.
are out.
That's what I liked when I saw. I like Mr. Beast, by the way.
I
but,
don't. I hate Mr. Beast.
Wow.
But I saw he gives them some money, and I was like happy with that.
And
I
obviously
just
it's
want to
not
know.
it's not as
Yeah, but
anywhere
I just
close
want to
to-
know how much. Like, if he gives a good amount, then I'm fine with
He
it.
gives like, bro. Sometimes people will get out and he'll give them like $10,000.
All right, then I guess that's fine. I guess my whole thing is like, because I was watching, and there's like 3 people left, and the 2
Yeah,
people that
that's-
like lost, like, dude, they're like going through so much with
Yeah.
it, and they're just like, dude, I was so close for like
I think
$1 million. And
I think
just like
it's different
such a headache,
because-
and you're like, even with betting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think even when you're betting and you're so close and you lose,
Yeah.
it's so bad. So I'm just thinking about their feelings.
I think
It's
the
just
difference
gonna be
between
so
You had
hard.
the opportunity to get it.
Yeah,
like,
I
for-
think the difference between like Mr. Beast's challenges, like he has people like stay in one room for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which that's like draining.
Yeah.
So that's like a big
But,
reason
like,
why
dude,
people
you're-
get
like,
emotional.
At the
But
end of the day, like,
also-
how are you going to cry about you were given the opportunity
Yeah.
to get it? You
Yeah,
lost
that
whatever,
is true.
so whatever. You know, maybe he'll give you something at the end because you still did have to go through torture pretty much for the past whatever. it
I
is.
guess
I don't watch the videos.
yeah.
I don't know any of the context, but all I'm saying is like they had the opportunity to make
Yeah.
however much money it is.
Yeah.
You can't feel bad for
Yeah,
them.
you are
because they had
given
the
the
opportunity.
you're given the opportunity.
And usually, most
And
times, he's good
they're
enough
not
to give them
losing.
something.
They're not
Yeah.
losing
Alright,
anything.
yeah, I
it's
got
not
it.
like
But
it's
they're
not like
losing
they're paying.
time. They're
yeah.
losing time. But
True.
sure,
But
it's
not
in
like
for
they're like
content.
paying to get in. to,
Yeah,
like,
I
get
guess
in.
yeah. If he's
My-
giving them something, then it's
My
not a
take
big
on
deal.
my take on Mr. Beast, it's like, yeah, it's for a certain audience, but I don't care enough to like be invested in like watching
right.
that kind of content.
Yeah.
My bold statement of the week: we live in the Northeast, right? So there's wildfires in Canada that ended up, I guess, the air quality was really bad. That came down to more of like the tri-state area, and I just think so many people were overreacting, right? Obviously, like the air quality, whatever, it's unhealthy, it's at risk. They're saying don't be outside, don't do physical activity, but it's just like people are ripping out the masks and shit, and it's just like
Yeah, my friends.
it's blown over now, so it's fine, but it's just like people love like apocalypse like scenarios, like when COVID first started, it was just all like, ooh, like we get 2 weeks off of school, like I wonder what's gonna happen, and then it turned into like a whole big thing.
Bro, I remember
It's also
COVID
just to
when
be
COVID
safe.
first started.
It's to be safe, but also the thing that pisses me off is just like people like act like everything's the end of the world, and it's like, yeah, obviously it's not good, and it's like
I remember COVID first started, and like
just so-
people around me, like my friends, dumb people, like because they just say stuff without knowing like the facts. Like, oh, the next 2 months, the entire human race can be wiped out from this. Like,
so dumb. Like
No.
people just
Why
like,
don't you tell them that you couldn't breathe playing basketball?
Oh, yeah.
I also
that's- yeah.
heard people said,
but it wasn't like
people
I
said
recovered.
on Thursday,
Yeah,
it's now
that's what you
Saturday. It's Thursday, now Saturday. People were saying, we're not going to be able to go outside. We can't do this. I'm like, first of all, we can go outside right now. Yeah, it might be a little unhealthy. We shouldn't stay out there for hours on end. We can go outside. You can do stuff, go outside. I was playing basketball the day it happened. I was outside playing basketball.
Yeah.
People were saying we cannot go outside.
Yeah,
a
that's
single
I think
day.
it's just a precaution thing, and I would rather have people be precautious than,
And also, it's
than not.
I
It's
heard
fine.
it's a
But-
risk for people over like 65, people that have respiratory issues.
I mean, that's just for like anything.
yeah, but like I'm talking these kids, they're my friends. They're athletes, athletic people, healthy kids, 16, 17 years old. They can go outside. Like they're overreacting so much.
My thing is, I guess this kind of adds to it. Everything kills you.
But my whole thing,
Sure, it's worse than
my whole thing is this. Okay, yeah, if you need to
Precaution.
go outside for a reason, but if there's a higher chance of you getting sick from that air quality to not, and you don't have to go outside,
Sure,
why go
yeah,
outside?
don't
You
risk
know what
it.
I mean?
Sure, yeah, whatever, that's fine. But my thing is just like everyone.
If you
loves
have to go outside, then go
overreacting
outside.
about
Yeah, I don't
everything.
really care.
Everyone
But I'm saying, like,
overreacts about everything, and people love the controversy of like, oh, it could kill you, and like people love like keeping up. Like my one friend was literally on the weather app trying to find where it's worse and be like, oh my gosh, it's 600 there. Like those people are probably gonna die.
No,
It's
but
like,
you do
no,
have to-
they're not gonna
You
die.
do have to understand when it gets that high, like how it was in New York. on Wednesday or something.
I mean, they
like
can't-
that. Going outside for like 3 minutes was equivalent to smoking 6 cigarettes.
Well, like,
so like
who's bringing up these statistics? Like, how is that accurate?
there's people that do this stuff for a living.
Okay, but who's saying that that's accurate? I also heard if you stay out for 24 hours, that's like smoking 1 pack of cigarettes. So who's right?
Well, it depends on where you work. Did you see?
They
okay.
canceled the Yankees game.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
you couldn't.
and I understand
like,
that.
it was
That's
orange.
more about
outside.
sight than like.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was more about
All right.
sight.
I don't know. I
People
think it was
I
more
agree with
about
you that
quality.
people are
People
over.
overreact about literally everything. People are so invested in this, and it's just like it blew over,
All
and
right.
now they have nothing to talk about.
So let me get to my bold
This
statement.
one you can take as long as you want. I'm gonna have.
Let me
nothing to say.
let me just state this before
Oh,
you
you
guys
know it?
argue. Before you guys argue, I know you guys aren't going to agree with this,
And I don't
I know a
care.
bunch of people won't agree with this. This is
is
my
all
opinion.
personal
This is my
preference.
opinion because I hate when people are like, "This is a fact." Because my opinion is a fact. Obviously, this is not a fact. This is my opinion. All right, but my bold statement is that One Direction is a top 5 artist / band of all time. And before you disagree with this, obviously you are going to disagree with this, but let me just hit you with some accolades. First of all, if you re-listen to all their music, there's so many, like they're generational artists / band. There's so many hits they had. Let me hit you with these. They were the first band to debut a #1 album for their first 4 albums, right? First UK group to debut a #1 album. First highest debut by a UK group.
UK.
Yeah, I know you. I knew you're gonna come at me with the UK thing. Highest debut by a UK group on the US single
UK.
chart. And I knew Matt's not educated in music. UK bands. Let me think of them. Queen, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. They beat all of those bands, who are considered
agreed.
top 5 bands of all time by far. They beat Queen, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. There's many other UK bands. They beat all of those.
Okay, so just with that, I don't have enough information to say yes or no, but just thinking about it, yeah, One Direction is a really good group, but just thinking about the groups back then, I feel like there's definitely 5 groups that are better than them, but I'm not gonna say yes or no because I don't know the groups, and I need
and the Beatles
more.
are considered top
we don't have
3
we
of all
don't have
time.
like
I
you
need
just
more
pulled up you just
information.
pulled up like www.onedirectionstatistics.com.
Yeah, I need
and that's
more
fine.
information.
So we
Yeah,
don't have
that's
we don't
where
have
I'm on.
we don't have evidence to back it up. And sure, I'll say whatever. But based
Bro,
on those
that
accolades,
is- that-
based on
they're
those
not gonna
accolades,
just
that's
write
good.
that.
But the thing about music, the thing about everything, the thing about takes like that, it's just like your own personal preference. And obviously,
your own
there's
personal
bias involved
preference.
because you like their music. So I'm not going to come on here and be like, no, you're an idiot.
No,
Top
but
5,
if we-
that's so
the
The
stupid.
one thing I don't like is that you can't deny that they don't make good music.
Yeah,
You
they
might not
do.
like them, but people are like, "Oh, you listen to One Direction?" Like,
Well, that's
listen,
just
listen,
not
cool.
cool. That's
It's
just
not
the
cool to
stigma.
listen to One
That's
listen,
just
Direction.
like
this is
the
what I have to say.
stigma.
Me and Matt and Matt's dad have talked about this. The way that bands and stuff and music as a whole proves how successful they were is how long it lasts. If you like, if One Direction is being played anywhere in 30 years, sure, I think
And
they made it.
I think One Direction will still be talking
And
about
that's
in 30
and that's
years.
a take that you have. And
But
that's,
nobody-
And we'll,
time-
hopefully
time
we're
is yet-
alive in 30 years.
Time
and
is
we
yet
can
to
listen
tell,
it.
but I'm saying they're like the second coming of the Beatles. Like the Beatles are still talked about, and it's 60 years later.
Yeah, but I think it's just like a different type of music that just sticks.
Yeah, but I think you need to realize that One Direction at their prime was having the same, they were
sure.
the same
And people-
popularity
yeah.
as
and
the
people of the
Beatles.
older generation
And-
will be like, no, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
but like
people you won't know until
the only
like,
way
yeah,
that you
it
can
gets-
tell how successful music was is how in 30 years from now, if it's still being played, if people still
Yeah.
talk about it. But also, One Direction had like a falling out, and I think that's a negative point towards them.
the Beatles had the same exact thing.
Okay, but then the Beatles are still
Every
lasting
band
today.
breaks up. Every
Exactly.
band breaks up has the same exact thing.
I'm like I said, I'm not educated enough in this topic, but I think the only way to tell if music is generational and if it works is if it lasts that generation.
Okay,
if it,
yeah, and time is the only thing that
people
can give us that answer,
If
so.
your kids or even your kids' kids, let's just say your kids, know like
I'm just saying, like,
One Direction.
I'm just
songs.
saying, like, I have a feeling when, like, say, like, we're our parents' ages and, like, your kids play One Direction, you're like, this is like generational music. Like this music.
Sure, and that's your take.
This was like some of the greatest songs from back.
Like
then.
my kids are gonna play Mabu, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, wow, let me tell you about him.
All right, I think that wraps
Yeah.
this episode up.
Way longer than expected.
This episode went pretty long, but I think we got some good content in here. Hopefully, you
did,
guys did enjoy. As always, make sure you like, subscribe. If you're watching on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. We got more big things coming up in the future, so stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.